right. Getting this thing going. Welcome one. Welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 2025 NFL Draft. I am your host, Russell Wayne, in the house. The Titans are on the clock. It's a beautiful thing. The NFL Draft is here. It is upon us. Yes, yes, yes. We are broadcasting live right now. Detroit Lions news. Thank you to Joe Chapp. We're representing the Detroit Lions news podcast. Going to be representing the Villain Squad Network, the VSN, on Facebook. Hit us up on the YouTube. Broadcasting live from the draft. Who should the Tennessee Titans pick? Is that a lock here? We talk about Cam Ward. Are we talking about Cam Ward? I got to find my boy Broski. I can't find a way to send him a link to this. So I might have to find a comment on YouTube so I can get him in here. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. Make sure I'm still here live with that. It's feeling good. Are you feeling good out there? Anybody in here? Hello. Welcome to the draft. Welcome to the draft show. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. Are the Lions going to make a big ass move here? Are they going to make a big move? Are they going to come up? Tennessee Titans sure taking a long time to take Cam Ward on there. Good evening, everybody. Happy draft.
You like that? You like that?
Happy draft. I don't know who I'm going to get on here tonight. Who knows who might be able to show up? I'm willing to have conversations. That's what I say. Is I'm going to invite some people on here. Who do you think the Tennessee Titans are going to take number one? I think it's a done deal already. Is it Cam Ward? Is it going to be Cam Ward? The best available players? They probably wouldn't have it be that way. You know, Cam Ward's not the best player rated by PFF. Do they shock everybody? Do they take somebody different than the quarterback? Put their trust into Will Levis? Good evening, everybody. Want to see if there's where Mary Smith and Al Curry in the house. Cam. That's what we think. It's going to be Cam. It's going to be Cam. Did they pick? They do it yet? Did you do it yet? Still says that they're on the clock. Going to the latest. I mean, they're allowed to take the whole 15 minutes. That's what they probably told them to do. They're trying to sell some Maseratis out there. We're looking for some fireworks tonight from our Detroit Lions. I would love to see them not have a lot of picks tonight. I would love to see them package some picks to come get 3, 4 badasses that they can put onto the team. Yeah. Finally, we got enough comments in here that I can throw you guys up there. Good evening, Mary. What do you think? What do you think? We got the Tennessee Titans on the clock. And if they just take Cam Ward, it's going to be like, come on, man. Come on, man. Why you got to make us wait out there like that? Why's it got to be like that? Why's it got to be like that? All right, let's see. Come on, Tennessee Titans. I keep on hitting that refresh. I'm not gonna show you guys are watching it. I ain't trying to get hit with copyright stuff. I'm just here to react. I'm just here to react to the draft, and you guys can react. They just hit Cam. They gotta hit. They gotta do. They're not gonna go with Will Levis. They got some talented players in this draft. Right at the top end. I'm curious to see who's gonna get these studs. Right there. When you talk about Travis Hunter, when you're talking about, you're talking about a two-way player. PFF has Travis Hunter listed as the best player in the nation. Abdul Carter, edge from Penn State, is widely considered the second best player. But as we know, this is a quarterback happy league. The quarterbacks winning the championships. They're the ones that are getting $50 million a year plus. So you got to get a quarterback, right? You got to get a quarterback on a rookie contract, right? Wrong. Need an experienced quarterback. The guys that win the championships are guys that were signed to big deals. Patrick Mahomes, even though that's a nice deal now, when they signed that, he was the richest quarterback in the NFL. You know, whenever a player gets paid, especially, if you're a top 10 player, period. If you're a top 10 player, it's your turn to get paid, you're going to break a record. It's just the way the NFL is. That's why I laugh at anybody that laughs at the Kirby Joseph contract. It's like, oh, it's too much money. It's like, it's his turn. I don't think there's been too many safeties that have been paid this offseason. And, you reset the market every year. And when you have a player that leads the league in interceptions, and is one of the, he's a first team All-Pro, Kirby Joseph, he earned his money, man. I love the deal. I love it. You wonder why we haven't been going out and getting crazy out in that free agency.
You've had enough of that shit.
Oh, why didn't they go out and get Myles Garrett? They're not trying to win. No, they are trying to win. They're trying to keep the guys that are awesome that they drafted. Even if we don't go get anybody outside, we're still going to have trouble paying these guys. Maybe at the beginning of last season, I was thinking that they could keep all these guys, but $40 million. Myles Garrett got $40 million a year. He's not even a quarterback. It's like, come on. So you can't keep all these guys. Can't keep. You're not going to be able to pay Jameson, Laporta, Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Hayden Hutchinson. And they're all great players that you want to keep. Isn't that a good problem to have? There it is. Finally. Finally. Oh, I didn't even get where's my NFL chime? I know I got one in here somewhere. But it's official. Cam Ward is now a Tennessee Titan. That's right. What do you think about that? Tennessee Titans snagging up Cam Ward. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see where I want to put that. I'll put that over there. Sorry, Den. Let's see what that is. Yeah. That's what I was looking for. And the pick is in. The Cleveland Browns are now on the clock. Kevin Costner's got everybody all locked in. Kevin Costner's in there saying, "Give me David Putney, you pancake-eating motherfucker."
You've had enough of that shit.
That's what it is. I didn't want David Putney because I feel like it. Give me David Putney. The Browns are in there. Oh, gosh. Oh, Lordy. Let's get out there. You guys want to hear a little bit? Here, let's see. Let's get him out there. Cam Ward. Where you at, my man? We'll take a look at Cam Ward while we're waiting for. And if anybody sees Broski, let him know that I want to send him the link. I don't know where to send it to. I want to get Broski on here. Somebody go find Broski for me, because I know the Bears are the first to pick. Bears still suck. That's what Brandon says, the Bears still suck, but that's all right. That's all right. Let's share this tab. There you go. There's Cam Ward. I'm gonna keep a look at the Cleveland Browns are still on the clock. I mean, they could very well take Abdul Carter right there, or do they go quarterback? Cam Ward. I need to get this over here so I can see it. Yeah, that's what I need. I mean, this wasn't a great quarterback draft. They're talking that this guy has kind of like Jordan Love a little bit. It says player comp Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, 6'2", 223. I don't know. Ben Roethlisberger, really? I think he's a little bit of a wild card, if you ask me. But this is draft night. My name is Russell Wayne. I'm the villain. Ooh, the Jacksonville Jaguars are now on the clock. The Jacksonville Jaguars have traded up to number 2. Yes, the Jacksonville Jaguars have traded up to number 2. The Jacksonville Jaguars are now on the clock. What do you think about that? Already. The They're already trading up. The fireworks are already happening. Here we go, baby. And if I'm ahead of you guys, I am really sorry. Maybe I'm coming in right at the right time. But if anybody sees Broski, let him know that I would like to talk to him. Happy draft day, Paul Jones. Good evening, Jerome.
You like that?
Got my friends in here, Mary Smith in the house. I appreciate you guys. Go Lions. Were we going to get some fireworks tonight? For the Lions, anyway. The Jacksonville Jaguars traded up to number 2. So the Jaguars on the clock. Who do you think going to take? Do you think it's Abdul Carter? Are they trying to beef up that defense? Or do you think the Jacksonville Jaguars, I mean, they're not going to come up and draft Shedeur Sanders. Is it Travis Hunter? They looking for the two-way player? Oh, I'm so excited. But the excitement wears off when they take 20 minutes in between each pick. Am I ahead of the TV feed? Hell yeah. I'm going to break the news, baby. You get the breaking news right here. Should I wait? Do you guys want me to hold off before I tell you? Hunter's the best player in the draft. I agree with you, Paul Jones.
You like that?
That's a great call. And I'll let you know. I am ahead of the feed. Well, I do pay for a subscription to PFF, and they got a great draft tracker. And I like the fact that I'm going to be able to show you guys each one of these picks. Can kind of look at the breakdown of PFF. Does a great job. I mean, I don't know what you think about the stats or whatever, but they do their work. They watch plenty of tape. Well, I like it. It makes me feel good, John. I appreciate that you're not ass hurt about that. That would suck because I wouldn't want you to be ass hurt. Oh man, who do we got? No, They're taking their time. I know they're doing their thing. They're in there. They got to talk about each player, right? We got to cram 32 picks into a 3-hour show. Yeah. Trying to get the drama. You like that drama, though. I like that drama. I want to see some drama. I want to see some stuff. I'm a wrestling fan. So I want to be entertained right here. You know? Honestly, when you think about what the actual what the draft is, just the process of it, it's boring, really. You're just picking new players that are going to be on your team, but they've turned it into such a spectacle that here we go. Jacksonville's still on the clock. They're out there selling Mercedes right there. NFL doing their best. But how are you guys doing out there? I'm going to try to get people to get over and like on this Facebook or this YouTube page. I'm trying to build up this YouTube page. I don't know what I got to do. But thank you to everybody that follows the Facebook page. The Facebook page, that one's doing fine. We got 64,000 on there. So I appreciate anybody that's out there following and liking and subscribing to the content. I definitely appreciate you watching my dumb ass on the draft night when there's so many credible shows that are out there that you could be watching. Mary's sleepy. I don't know. There you go. The pick is in. The Jacksonville Jaguars have selected Travis Hunter. Yes, the best player in the draft. Paul Jones called it. That's definitely worth trading up for. I mean, especially if you're going to try him as a two-way player. I really like this pick. I think it's a great pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Maybe he's trying to make up for effing up and not taking Aiden Hutchinson when he should have. It's amazing how the tides have turned with all that. But let me see what we got here. Find a little bit of Travis Hunter. Let's look at it. Let's check him out. Travis Hunter. Mary, am I putting you to sleep? I apologize. I'll try to be more exciting for y'all. Right there. Travis Hunter, where you at? Oh, man, I got the wrong one. Let me share this tab instead. Travis Hunter, 6'1", 185 pounds. Hunter is one of the most talented players. If you're going to scout this guy, a cornerback, he brings good mirror. Like, he's the best cornerback in this draft, and he's the best wide receiver in this draft at the same time. The question is can the body handle him? I mean, he's got a 185-pound frame. Is he going to be able to withstand? So how did he do? How did he play? How well did he had an 88.2 PFF grade. You're talking 428 coverage snaps. That's crazy. That's crazy. Receptions in 2024, 23 receptions on 41 targets, 222 yards, touchdown. It's crazy. That's not very much. So where's he at? They didn't show his wide receiver. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be playing both sides. Why the hell didn't that go on? All right, we'll try that again. Get rid of it. Man, that sucked. I thought you guys were seeing that. Let me get back in there. You guys seeing that? No, you're not. Well, damn it. I'm all kinds of technically challenged today. There you go. That's what I was trying to show. So, I wonder what the Cleveland Browns gave up for that. That'll be a curious thing. Let's see what else we got here. In the draft, the G-Men are on the clock. Tell me what your favorite cocktail is. What are you drinking tonight? I'm drinking Powerade. Oh, man. John says, I think that Brad is going to try to trade up, but I don't know if he'll find any takers. That's fair. Yeah, guys, keep me updated on the Pistons. Yep, Travis Hunter goes number 2 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars coming up and getting the best guy in the draft. You got Mountain Dew for Davey. Yep, I got Powerade and Doobies. Smoke them if you got them. I appreciate you guys. Corona Light. To me, I'm not much of a drinker. I'd rather smoke. Smoking is my vice. I don't want to keep it forever. But I appreciate you guys. I'm hoping to get somebody on here with me here soon. Let me see if I can throw something in the comments right here for you guys. Throw it on. I'll throw it on to the YouTube page because I want you to go to the YouTube page, but I'm going to put an invite out there. If you guys want to come in and talk some draft with me, follow that link. I'm not sure. I've never done it before, but I can have some guests on here if you want to have a conversation. Think of it like 97.1 the ticket, you know, do the call-ins, but you can come on in using that link, but you got to use the one who's on that. Oh, Davey could use it. Who else is on that? Oh, man, not many people watching it on the, you guys are all watching it on the Facebook. Should get you guys over to the YouTube page. Yeah. But it's medicinal. Doobies too, yes. All right, checking in on the draft. The G-Men select. Oh, my dreams are crushed. I thought the Lions might trade up and get Abdul Carter, but no. Abdul Carter is now a New York Giant. So elite players are off the board right now. There wasn't a ton of elite players. I think Genty is. Mason Graham, I guess there's still a few of the high-end guys that are left. But there's not as many this year. Maybe 10. Weed and sports gambling. It's the American way. Never bet more than you can handle. I'm not much of a bettor. I'll bet on my fantasy football league. And I got last place in my fantasy football league. Probably because I'm on here talking to you guys too much and I should be doing more studying on my guys in my draft. Paul Jones wants Graham. You want him to trade up and get Graham? Mason Graham is one of those elite players. He's a difference maker. He's a difference maker. And maybe it is on the interior. I mean, I know that we're in dire straits and we need to get a pass rusher, but I don't look at the pass rusher room as a weak room. I look at it like you got, a high-end guy, and then you got some other guys that can hold it down, at least play run defense on the other side. They're not going to get you as many of the sacks. So we need another guy. I agree we need pass rush help, but it's not like a glaring hole or anything. We don't have any glaring holes. We have capable players. Like every player that we draft, this is something I was talking to my friend Tim the Tool Man about, which is the fact that the Lions have a full roster. Right now, the Patriots are on the clock. 1, 2, 3, pretty predictable. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter. I mean, you might have been able to flip-flop the two. Maybe some of the people thought Abdul Carter would go to the Browns, but he didn't. They just signed Myles Garrett to the biggest contract ever. What's up? Mr. Greenfield is in the house. Rare Reed, part of the Detroit Lions family. That's a great group that you could follow. Has really good content in it. And Mr. Greenfield does a pretty good job in keeping all the riffraff out. And you know what I'm talking about. All those spammers. We don't give a shit what you're trying to sell shoes on my group. Hell no. The only one that sells shoes is me. And it's my page. And my page is brought to you by Fanatics.com, where you can get that Lions pullover hoodie right there. You can scan that QR code, get yourself up to 25% off of your order. From our affiliate marketing partners right there at Fanatics.com. They even got WWE stuff. They got MLB stuff. They got NHL. They got it all. And they're ready for you. All right. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. We're waiting on the New England Patriots to select their player. And then the Cleveland Browns will be on the clock. Man, I wonder who the Cleveland Browns are. Man, they traded down. Maybe that's where Shedeur Sanders goes. You know, you trade it down. You got yourself some more draft capital. Ooh, there you go. The pick is in. The New England Patriots select Will Campbell, tackle out of LSU. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about Will Campbell. Let me get him up in here. Let's look at him. Will Campbell, baby. 6'6", 323. You're talking about a beast. I mean, you want to talk about, I ain't worried about that side of the line anymore. Him of this draft, LSU Tigers, Will Campbell. I have to appreciate the Patriot way. You got to get the offensive linemen. Offensive linemen. You got to protect your quarterback. It's the big men. This is a big men game. The game is won and lost in the trenches. We've heard this before. It's been there. We got an update on the Pistons. I should at least throw it up there. Pistons that are wet in the bed right now. Come on now. Right now, the Knicks are up 66-53 at halftime. Halftime. God, they're moving this draft along about as slow. The Cleveland Browns are on the clock. What do the Browns need? Everything. But I like the move that they made right there. That's a good move to trade down from 2 to 5. Even if you think that 5 is way too high to take Shedeur Sanders, it's better to trade down from 2 to 5 and then select your guy, right? Maybe they'll trade down again. Who knows? But I don't know what they got in picks for it. So when I'm looking at the trade right here, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me see if I can pull this up. Pull this up. Can you guys see that? Oh no, let me right there. So the Jacksonville Jaguars trade their pick number 2, a 4th round pick, and a 6th round pick, and the Browns get the number 5, and they get a 2nd round pick and a 4th round pick and a 1st round pick for 2026. Woo! That is a hefty, hefty price. And they're going to get another 2nd round pick. I mean, that's a really, really good trade right there for the Browns. I mean, whatever you think, you passed up on a player like Travis Hunter. What's up, Dwayne?
You like
Dude,
that?
so good to see you in there. Paul Jones wants Graham and Grant. John's in the house. Rare Reed's in the house. Al's in the house. John Herman's in the house. Mary Smith is in the house. Davey's in the house drinking Mountain Dew. I love it. Jerome, are you still in there? Scott Harrison up in the house. Brandon in the house. Talking about Bears still suck. Come on. Let's get it to life out there. We're feeling good. We're feeling good. It's draft day. It's like having an NFL game right in the middle of the offseason. It's like a little game here in Green Bay. But apparently nobody wanted to join me. But that's all right. It's all good. Oh no, for all of the Mason Graham people. The Cleveland Browns have selected Mason Graham out of Michigan. It's a good move. They do not go quarterback. Their trust is in Deshaun Watson and Kenny Pickett. Mason Graham helps out Myles Garrett. If you can collapse the pocket, you can win in this league. Mason Graham. Goes to the Cleveland Browns. It's like that might be a game changer for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, you got a defense that's already got probably the best defender in all football. And you're going to add Mason Graham to that. Mason Graham is a beast. He'll wreck your game. He will wreck your game. Will Johnson will. That's what he does. We got the Raiders on the clock. It's going to be a long draft. These guys are going to go that long. I'm telling you, man. All right. Raiders on the clock. What do the Raiders need? Well, obviously they're going to need a running back. You know, they let Josh Jacobs go last year. Wide receiver. They were probably hoping that Mason Graham would drop to them. But what do they do now? Who's the quarterback? Who are we going with? The Raiders. The Raiders. Paul Jones thinks Will Johnson? You want to select a cornerback? Oh, man, it's the Lion Villain Report. Special guest, Johnny Gaz Sports. Want to throw a little shout out to Johnny Gaz. Does a great job. We may get him on here a little bit later, especially when it gets a little bit closer to that time, when we're about ready to make that pick. You know, we're also live on Joe Chapp's page too, the Detroit Lions News Podcast. Thank you guys. I'm kind of like the mediator. I'm going to be live during this whole thing. I'm a Iron Man. Dun, 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 dun. That's why they love me on here. They want me to carry that torch on these pages. I'm going to be live during the whole thing, and I may even get to talk to some of them at some point in time. I need to throw some invites out there anyway. Let's do that. So the Raiders are on the clock. Any Raider fans out there? Any Raider fans? I mean, even if you dig them as a, you know, kind of like a second team or whatever that you enjoy watching after the Lions game's over. Anybody dig the Raiders? I certainly don't. Not worried about the Raiders. But it is what it is. There's some of those people. Oh. There, I sent a little invite out to Bill the Packer fan. I know that he's live at the draft. He might pop in. Maybe I'll send one out to Robert Bertana too. But I'm looking for my boy Broski, and I don't know how to find him on here unless I go find like a comment. I need to find a comment. What do we got? Oh, there we go. Ashton. There. My bad. The pick is in. The Las Vegas Raiders, have selected Ashton Jeanty, halfback out of Boise State. This dude is built like a brick shithouse. Small, low center of gravity, very, very hard to tackle. So there you go. The Raiders. The Raiders take Jeanty. Love it. John says that they can't decide where to call home. Las Vegas. I think they can stay in. They'll stay in Las Vegas now. That's where all the money's at, right? There we go. Dwayne Keene coming in with the Pistons game update. The Knicks game, Knicks 68, Pistons 60. So they are making a comeback. They got to get it going. Be topping off a good night. We need to feel good tonight going into this draft. Right now we got We got the Jets, Jets. They're on the clock. Aaron Glenn's new team, his new boys. Do they go with Shedeur Sanders? Or is Shedeur Sanders going to fall out of the first round? There's a question. I want to throw that one out there. Does Shedeur Sanders, is he going to get drafted in the first round? Give me a Y for yes and for no. And actually, you should don't just put Y for yes and for no. Put the question on there too. Shedeur, say Sanders Y or Sanders N. Because a lot of people think he might fall right out of the first round. Is he a little bit too much hype? Oh, I'm messing with some stuff here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I look a little disconnected. I'm doing some behind the scenes stuff right here. That's all good. Jets probably take a long snapper. Oh no, they got Aaron Glenn now, Paul. Paul thinks Sanders sucks. I mean, I don't know enough yet. I didn't watch him play really enough. What's up, Jonathan Haidt? I hate seeing such a good old Michigan boy end up in Cleveland, but oh well. Davey think okay, we got it's kind of split up here in the comments. So I wonder what that's gonna look like if I do that. What does that look like? Oh, that's not the right one. I'll show this one. Okay, that looks good. All right, we got the Jets on the clock. And it's like, I don't really care about, AFC teams all that much, if you know what I mean. So, to me, I don't have any ill will towards Aaron Glenn at all. You know what I mean? So, I don't want them to really fail in this. I think there's a lot of people that wanted to see the Aaron Rodgers thing not work out because, maybe he's not the best dude in the world and he's just kind of weird. All right. Come on, guys. The Jets always got to take a long time, though. Now you're starting to piss me off. You guys are taking too long. Jets are on the clock.
Playoffs?
Aaron Glenn. He's at the helm. Trying to make the Jets a legitimate contender again. Jets probably take Sawyer from OSU. Whoa. Oh, there it is. The pick is in. The New York Jets, with the 7th pick in the NFL draft, have selected Armand Menbo, tackle, Missouri. Let's see what he's all about. So let's go ahead and see. We'll stop the screen sharing. And then we're going to go ahead and share it. There we go. Oh man, 6'3", 314 pounds. That's right. Let's see what he did right there. Overall grade 90.6 in 2024. Played 12 games. Allowed 0 sacks. Only allowed 3 sacks in his entire college career. Seems like he's pretty durable. I mean, to me, you can't really go wrong when you're selecting offensive linemen, you know, using high picks on offensive linemen. You know, when you're picking a guy this high, you're expecting him to be, you know, a starter. So there you go. The New York Jets select Armand Menbo out of Missouri, tackle out of Missouri. So that's 2 offensive linemen so far. So that's the first double-dipped position. And you got the Panthers on the clock.
Playoffs? Stop playing with us.
Oh my God. Look at that. Let's freaking go. Pistons have brought it within 1 point. This would be phenomenal if we can get the Pistons to win this game. It looks like they're heating up. Oh, we're way ahead of you. Hey, Jonathan, we got the best draft show on here. Well, like the 3rd best draft show. I mean, the Woodward Sports is way better than us. Crunch Time, those guys are way better than us. Actually, when I think about it, maybe I'm probably not even in the top 10. But that's all right. I'm still going to have a good time right here. And right, Jonathan, I'm way ahead of you. That's because we get the cutting edge information here at the Villain Squad. So if you want to know when it's actually going down, this is where it's going down for real.
You like that? You like that? You like that?
My name is Russell Wayne. You can find me. That's at 313 Villain on X. I'm just starting to get into the X thing and got on TikTok, the Villain Squad on TikTok, Villain Squad on Instagram. I'm starting to dab into those other things. There you go. There you go. Russell Wayne right now, the Villain, at 313 Villain. This is the #1 Lion show in Flint, baby. You can't touch this. That's right. We're at least going to have some fun doing this, right? Carolina Panthers, all these damn teams taking their sweet ass time. They're taking their sweet ass time making these picks. Nobody cares what the Carolina Panthers are picking.
Stop playing with us.
That's right.
By the power of Ra.
I want to see some fireworks. Keep me updated on that, the Detroit Pistons stuff. We're here locked into the draft, giving you a little bit of that recap. Why not? Why not? Let's take a look at this. Started out with the Tennessee Titans taking Cam Ward. Then Jacksonville Jaguars trade up and traded a shitload to the Cleveland Browns, like a 1 and a 2 to trade up, grab Travis Hunter. My dreams and my heart was broken when Abdul Carter went to the New York Giants. Will Campbell, can't go wrong, taking offensive lineman. Mason Graham goes to the Cleveland Browns. Ashton Genty goes to the Raiders. And Armand Menbo goes to the Jets. The Jets, Jets. Where are you watching the show from? I want to know where your cities are. Put that in the comments. And especially put it in the comments if you're following one of these other teams. All right, let's see if I can find some comments here. All right. Come on, Carolina Panthers. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find. Oh, the pick is in. Oh. Right as it pops up right there, just for you guys. You hear it here first. Mr. McMillan, Tatararoa McMillan goes to the Carolina Panthers. The number 1 wide receiver is now off the board. Unless you're counting Henry as a wide receiver too. But now we got the Saints are on the clock. Oh, I've been looking for Broski out there. If somebody can find Broski in here, I've been throwing. If you guys want to have a conversation with me, I'm gonna throw this into the. I'll throw it all in there, right there. Here's a link right here. If you guys want to join the show, I've actually never tried that before. It looks like it went to all of them. If you guys want to have a conversation about the draft, jump on in here with me. We'll see if we can't do something right here. We got the Saints on the clock. I've never actually had a guest using Restream before on here, so I have no idea if that would even work. So if you show up let me know. If you want to have a conversation, you want to join the show, just use that link. It's not a spam link. It should put you backstage here, and then I should be able to pull you onto the show. Davies from Midland. All right. I like it. I like it. Saints get Sanders here. Let's see what they got. A boom boom. All right, best available. Walter Nolan, Starks, Mike Green, Barron, Tyler Wharton, Jod Campbell, Will Johnson. Broski, heard you say that there might be fireworks, so he's hiding under his bed. No, this is my fault. Like he agreed to come on, but we don't have like a way to communicate other than like a Facebook message or something like that. So I didn't have a way to get him there. But that link right there from Restream, if you want to join the show, you can do that as well. Paul Jones, you too, man. If you guys want to pop on here and have a football conversation, I understand. Everybody's at their house doing their thing. And it's not always the most comfortable to jump on a show. But we do have the New Orleans Saints on the clock. We're waiting for the Lions to be able to jump up and make us all happy. Who do we got? Best available edge right there. Mike Green. I just don't see the Lions being a Mike Green type of person. I don't see the James Pierce thing either. He's an outside linebacker. I know that they're counting him as an edge, but the way that he plays. So when I'm looking at players for the Lions, I mean, you want the best available players, right? So when you're looking at all of them, you know, if Jahad Campbell drops, you know, past where, you know, like 15, 16, I could see us going up and getting him. But I know that there's a pocket of Lion fans that are out there that would be like pissed off if they don't draft or find a way to get edge help, you know, with this first pick. So Dwayne's got the Pistons update right now. Game is now 75-73. But man, I'm seeing it as 81-75 right now, but I probably missed that. So, come on, Saints. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Saints? Were you going to take Tataria McMillan? I ain't trying to say that name. Greg Rice will be very upset. So you are watching the Villain Report as we're having breaking news right here, and you heard it here first. We got the New Orleans Saints selecting Kelvin Banks, the tackle out of Texas. Looking at him, 6'4", 320. That's a big boy. Banks is an NFL caliber athlete at the tackle position whose movement skills and run blocking abilities give him positional versatility. His lack of arm length could hinder him at the offensive tackle, but he projects as a starter at either tackle or guard. At that size right there, it seems like a guy that you might want to move inside. Duck Bears. The Chicago Bears, Duck Bears, are on the clock. They're not getting genty. I know it broke a lot of Bear fans' hearts that they couldn't get genty. It broke my heart when the Lions didn't trade up and get Abdullah Carter. But touche. 'Tis life. So where do the Bears go with this one? Best available. Walter Nolan out of Mississippi. Malachi Starks. Georgia safety. Mike Green. Barron out of Texas. Cornerback. Tyler, nice smorgasbord of players right there. Bunch of different players. Not a lot of double. You know, you got a couple edge players, wide receiver, a couple interior linemen, a little smorgasbord of talent right here. When you're talking about the high-end guys, the freak athletes, who do you like? Who do you like there? The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. Think they need to draft a quarterback?
It's my quarterback.
Stop playing with us.
I know. They're not going to draft a quarterback. There we go. Everybody's invested into the Pistons game, and here I'm stuck. Looking at shitty teams' picks. Bears are on the clock with their shitty team. Bears did well this offseason. You know, all trolling aside. And it's not like they've strung together a couple nice off seasons, and that's what makes that a little bit more of a dangerous team. A little more dangerous every year. I mean, Ryan Poles has done a pretty good job with them overall. I mean, he's missed on a couple things, but he's also hit on some stuff. So he just, you know, seems to me like he's throwing shit up against the wall just to see what sticks. And, you know, some of it's working, some of it isn't, but now he's able to layer some things. The Bears. Yeah. How much? John's like, let's go.
You've had enough of that shit.
I'm sick of this. Who are you going to take? Come on. Pick somebody. You're just going to ruin them anyway. Oh, poor Ben Johnson. Don't say that about Ben. Ben was our friend. We like Ben. Don't turn this in. Don't make this weird. Don't turn this into, you know, it's, there we go. We like Ben. We like Matt Stafford. We want to see them be, you know, no, you can't. Yeah, in the Rams, I mean, that's in our division. Not division, but in our conference. That's bad enough. And in our division, we can't like the Bears. The Bears. We just can't. Just kidding. They haven't picked yet because they're the Bears. Oh, God. Well, the Michigan fans, it actually did come in. The Bears With the 10th pick in the NFL draft, the Bears have selected Colston Loveland, tight end out of Michigan. Is that making anybody too unhappy? I mean, I don't know. You got Cole Kmet, and now you got a double tight end thing. But Ben Johnson likes to run stuff out of two tight ends. You got to have two capable tight ends. Cole Kmet is really good. And now they got another tight end to pair with him. I'm a little flabbergasted with that pick for them. You know, from there were some players that were available, maybe even a better tight end. I don't know. I don't want to call it a reach because it's not that much of a reach. Let's see where they got him ranked. Well, PFF looks like they hated to pick. Where's that? Where's he at? Kenneth Grant. Am I missing something here? Oh, is it because he got picked? Yeah, I don't know where he was in the top. Let me go. I gotta go pull this up. Let's see where he was ranked overall. And it really doesn't matter. I mean, to me, he was graded as a first-round pick. To me, if you can't get him on your way back around, that's when you got to take him. San Francisco. Hey, San Francisco. You slow down. You slow down. San Francisco 49ers on the clock. Smashing a pick out. Mikael Williams. Edge out of Georgia. So already a little bit out of the rankings, out of the molds here with our positions. Because when we're looking at edge defenders, you know, there's Mikael Williams by PFF was graded as a second-round player. But when you look at 6'5", 265 pounds, if you're looking for an edge player, then Mikael Williams, you know, he fits the bill of what an edge player is. I mean, I like the build when it comes to what you're looking for in an edge player. So Mikael Williams, you know, he's 6'5", 265. That's what you want. That's like, you know, put your, you know, what an NFL edge player looks like in a mold at 6'5", 265. I mean, maybe you throw 5 pounds on him. But that's, you know, only 20 years old. And you like a guy that can defend the run. And he's a good run defender. And everything else can be taught. You know, he wasn't a great pass rusher as far as being able to get to the quarterback. But I think in the NFL, setting an edge is more important. But it's almost like you got to make sure that you stop the run first. But if you can provide, you know, some pass rush too, that's cool. But in the NFL, you got to be able to set an edge. If you can't set an edge, then you're kind of a one-trick pony. And some of these other edge players that are out there that haven't been picked yet, they're more like outside linebackers. So I like that this is an edge player. You know, if we're looking for the dynamic type of athletes, then we that was a good pick for us. You know, I don't know if Lion fan really wanted Mikael Williams as the edge player. I know a lot of people had him mocked to us at 28. It's not looking good for the Pistons right now, down 10 going into the fourth quarter. But here we are. Draft is moving along. We got the Dallas Cowboys on the clock. You like that? And we're Lion fans, and this is a spot right here where I think Magic seems to find the Lions at pick 12. And wouldn't that be something if I see it? All of a sudden, I look at my screen, and it says the Detroit Lions are on the clock. But so far, no. We got the Dallas Cowboys on the clock. They need running back, wide receiver. They need every damn thing. You pay Dak Prescott $60 million. That's nuts. That's nuts. And it's crazy what a couple of weeks will do, you know? Like, I'm so glad that we got Jared Goff's contract done when we did, because he was the highest paid guy for like 6 minutes until like 5 guys got paid. So, you know, it is what it is. You're watching the Villain Report 2025 Draft Special. That's right. Brought to you by Fanatics.com. You can scan that QR code right there. Save yourself up to 25% off of your order. You're welcome. Thank you for using the Villain code and our affiliate marketing partners at Fanatics. They like it when you buy their shit. Thank you, guys. Yes. Yes. Who do we got? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Get your comments back in here. Get your popcorn ready. That's what they said. Colton Loveland is going to the Bear. Man, you're behind my feed, my brother. Colton Loveland's going to the Bear. Mikael Williams at 11. Edge defender out of Georgia is going to the San Francisco 49ers. And right now, the Dallas Cowboys are on the clock. What do you think of the Colton Loveland pick, Dwayne? Since you brought him up, what do you think? Is that the Bears being the Bears? He's not even the best tight end in the draft. John says, "Oh, I don't mind it. Hey, listen, man, I don't mind if people like Stafford. I was making it. It's okay." I'm sorry. I don't want to come off as a dick sometimes. Like, I have an attitude with Stafford because of the way that he came in here and, you know, was crying about Kirby Joseph and all that. I like that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, you know, saying that we are booing her kids. It's like, and it's like, I don't know if I even like that he won a Super Bowl, because I think he gets too much credit for that Super Bowl where Aaron Donald and Von Miller both had 2 sacks each. I mean, for the last 9 minutes of that Super Bowl, that defense by the Rams was as good as any defense ever. They were not letting any more points in from Joe Burrow. And, yeah, Stafford drove the last ball down the field. After lots of fails, that was a defensive struggle in the end. And I just don't – I think that he gets the Lions' share, pun intended, of the credit for that Super Bowl. And, you know, his best friend – should be Aaron Donald and Von Miller in that situation. That Jalen Ramsey, I mean, that defense was loaded. So, Anyway, Dallas Cowboys are taking their sweet ass time. Jerry Jones, you dick. Stop taking your time. We don't give a shit who the Cowboys are taking. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's going to be a trash player that nobody's going to like from now on. You're going to put a target on his back because now you have to go play for the shitty Cowboys who let their players run the team. Dak Prescott, $60 million because I'm Dak. You get $5 million. What are you doing? You ain't that good. Like that. Hold your team hostage. I'm going to sit here and bash you. You run your mouth. We go down there. You're paying off referees, making up play calls. You know that 2-point conversion was good, you dick. You know we won that game. And then you got your ass kicked. Then you came in, you effed around, and you found out, Cowboys, didn't you? That's the game that you injured our best player, though. But you got your ass whooped. That sweet, sweet revenge tasted sweet. The Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys ain't going to beat these Lions ever. Not with the loaded team that we have. You better select somebody good, Jerry Jones. And hurry up. Nobody cares. I want to see who the Dolphins going to pick. I mean, it figures. The damn Cowboys. The damn Cowboys are going to sit here taking all frickin' night. Hey, Cowboys. Nobody cares. Hey, you're talking to my guy all wrong. The Dallas Cowboys are on the clock. Still. Nobody cares. Maybe they'll take Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is sliding down that draft board. He's becoming the Aaron Rodgers. Oh, no. Hey, thank you for all the comments, John. I appreciate you guys being very active. Rich from Madison Heights. What's up, Davey from Midland?
You like that?
Jonathan.
You like that?
John Herman from Colon, Michigan.
You like that?
The bad guy's in the house. Oh, man, I missed your comment. I'm glad I went back through here. I mean, I'm glad that I went back through here, but I have plenty of time because the Dallas Cowboys take 9 million years to do their pick, but it's finally in. It's the 12th pick in the NFL draft, and the Dallas Cowboys have selected Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama. Let's talk about that. Mr. Booker, how are you doing, sir? Mr. Booker is a 6'5", 325-pound giant. Booker has some foot speed and balance issues, which is why he was rated as a second-round pick. But there's still one of the best guards in this draft right here. You know, you can't go wrong selecting offensive linemen. But this particular offensive lineman, the PFF had him as the 48th overall player. Moving up there, I don't know if that breaks any Lion fan heart. You know, some people were hoping that he'd slip all the way down, but he got taken quick. But Lion fan, guess what? We got some edge. Some edge has fallen. Some edge has fallen in the edge position. there are still quite a few very, very, very nice edge, just depending on who you like. Who do you like? But the Dallas Cowboys taking Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama. Thought he would go a lot later. I'm not going to make fun of people for taking offensive linemen because offensive linemen normally on the interior are second, third round picks. So when you see him in the first round, I mean, you're getting one of the best players at the position. The Dallas Cowboys definitely needed some help on the offensive line. So, I mean, I can't really complain about it too much. So how you feeling out there? It's draft night. Still waiting on a Pistons update. I know that they got to be playing. Do some more of that. So we got the Miami Dolphins are on the clock. Miami Dolphins also need offensive linemen. Man, Paul Jones out there slamming the Sanders, calling him a 5th round pick. I love it. Hot take. Hot take in the house. Paul says, I said last month as a joke, Sanders is a 5th rounder. I think you'll go, I mean, gosh, for the trade down crowd is looking pretty good right now. The trade down crowd, because if we get to the end of the round and, you know, Shedeur Sanders is still there, I don't think he's a 5th round pick, Paul. I think that's pretty funny that you call that, but I think he could be a 2nd round pick here, but a team that is going to trade for him would trade into the 1st round or to one of the teams that are at the end of the 1st round to try to get that 5th-year option out of him. So that's a possibility. This may be a good thing for us, Paul. How much time's left in that game, Dwayne? Dwayne's my connection to the Pistons. I'm hoping. I'm going to be with you through the whole draft, baby. Every single hour. This has been kind of a tradition for me. I get my back brace. I get all of this all ready. And this has been kind of like my marathon thing. It's just me. I don't got a whole team of people. Like I said, we're the #1 Detroit Lions content creators in Flint, Michigan. Oh, you could be watching such better shows, but you have chosen to come here. And I appreciate that. Watching the draft, experiencing the draft with the villain. That's me at 313villain on X. Come get it. I'd really love you guys to go over to my YouTube page. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube page yet, I'd appreciate that. We're trying to build that up too. We got 64,000 now on the Villain Squad Facebook page. And we've really just started putting some concentration into this YouTube page. We opened up Twitter. 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 TikTok. Instagram. All that. Out there. But I am the villain. I'm the 313 villain. I'm not a bad guy. I think I'm more misunderstood. But misunderstood or not misunderstood, it's still, people might consider me a bad guy, but not as bad as the bad guy.
Say hello to my little friend.
That's right. 7:22 to go. I'm kind of like inched in on these updates by Dwayne while I'm waiting for the Miami Dolphins to make their pick. And I would guess they're going to go offensive line here. Their needs are listed as tackle, guard, and center. So, they're probably like, all right, let's get us a big boy. That's what I would think. I guess they could probably go on the defensive interior or cornerback. Oh, there we go. That makes some sense. Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. For the 13th pick in the NFL draft, the Miami Dolphins select Kenneth Grant, defensive interior out of Michigan. So both the Michigan interior defenders go 1 and 2 as the interior defenders coming off the board. The first two interior defenders are your Michigan Wolverines, if you're down with that. I'm not a Wolverine fan, but I think that's still pretty damn cool. Like, even though I'm a rival to the Wolverines, I've learned to love Aiden Hutchinson because of what a pain in the ass he was against my team, the Buckeyes. And Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham wrecked ship all through their college careers. And that's the thing. When you got good big men up front, you wreck greatness. You could have the greatest offense in the world, but if you got a Kenneth Grant and a Mason Graham coming at you at all times, just wrecks your plays. Make your plays not work. Every time you're trying to make a comeback, Mason Graham's just wrecking your play, tackling a guy as he hands the ball off. Quarterback's trying to get rid of the ball. He's got to sidestep. He's got to get out of the way, or he gets landed on. Pistons down by 3. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Hey, baby. Come on, mama. Ah, there we go. The Indianapolis Colts are on the clock, and they have made their pick. The Indianapolis Colts, with the 14th pick in the NFL draft, the 2025 NFL draft. The Indianapolis Colts select Tyler Warren. That's the second tight end to come off the board. And this one's actually by PFF. This is actually the tight end that's actually rated as the highest tight end. And it's probably not that big of a difference. They were both first-round picks. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You like Ty Warren. You like Colston Loveland. I don't think there's that big of a difference. I'm not going to give the Bears too much of a hassle on that. I can't help that you like one tight end over another tight end. You still got one of the best tight ends in the country. And they're both rated as first-round picks. So, I don't mind that. I don't mind. Oh, the Pistons down by 3. That was the last one that I got. And when it takes a long time. Oh, by the way, we got the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock. And I appreciate all my peeps, John, Paul, Harold. I don't know if Harold's still in the house. Jonathan Haidt in the house. I know everybody's all locked into the Pistons game. Rich Miller. Love having you guys on here. I appreciate you guys so much. You know, that you guys would come on here and watch this. You know, we're the #1 Lions podcast in Flint, Michigan. Ha ha.
You like that?
Now, I know there's much better shows that are out there, but that's all right. We still have fun here. We don't mind having fun right here because I celebrate the draft. This is kind of like the Super Bowl. Lions fan, we've had so much shit that's been dropped on us over the years. The draft, we picked in the top 10 of the draft so many times that it's almost an honor to watch a whole bunch of other teams pick first, because I'm so sick of being the laughing stock of the NFL year after year. And this is a competitive team. This is a competitive team. And the only reason we're not going out and getting guys outside of the organization is because those guys aren't good enough. We draft these guys because they're supposed to be here and they're Lions. We didn't go spend big money in free agency because we needed to re-sign Kirby Joseph. Which, congratulations to Kirby Joseph. 4 years, $86 million. Let's go. Lions are going to have the best safety tandem in football for the next maybe 10 years. I mean, I won't go that far. 5 years. It's a 5-year window when you're talking about the prime of Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. And I do see them keeping all of them. I see a very, very clear plan that how that could happen. Atlanta Falcons still on the clock. Colts got Tyler tight end. Yes. Atlanta Falcons, they say their needs wide receiver. Maybe they go wide receiver here. I mean, you got Drake London. You traded Kyle Pitts. So maybe wide receiver is the pick right here. Let's see what they got on there. Yeah. Luther Burden. Mbuke out of Ohio State. Matthew Golden. All these guys are in play right here. You want speed? You can go Matthew Golden. You want like a Amon-Ra St. Brown type mold? Take Mbuke out of Ohio State. You want an explosive guy that's kind of like your, badass slot receiver type of dude that could go take the ball take it to the house type of dude. Then there's your Luther Burden. So which way do you go? If you even go that way. Who knows? Still on the damn clock, but Their needs also edge and linebacker. So I mean, there hasn't been a lot of edges taken. They use kind of like a 3-4 mold with their defense. They rush the passer with a lot of really, really big guys. So they could use probably like a linebacker. Maybe Jahad Campbell's the pick here. Who knows? But here we are in the NFL draft. It's pick 15 with the Atlanta Falcons on the clock. It seems like I'm getting my information pretty damn fast. It's good to see you guys that are on here, the ones that are still engaged. We got Jeremy B up in the house, just dropping in for a view and a like. He's in and out, like the In-N-Out burger. You know, you get your food, throw it in the bag. Peace out, brother. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Atlanta Falcons dropping, making sure they're taking all the time. Who do they go? They go wide receiver. They go edge, linebacker. Their biggest needs. Still looking for the update on the Pistons. I guess I'll go find it myself. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. The Knicks up 106-101. So, the Pistons very much still in that game. Getting it going. Where are you watching the draft at tonight? I'm watching it from the comfortability of the villain lair. I'm in the villain lair, and you can see over here on this side, this villain report on air sign. This is something that my wife got me for my birthday. She had it made, and then I got to open that up on my birthday. And then over on the other side there, right there, that's a neon light. And if I turn it on, it'll just look blue. But you can see it says Villain Report on there. She had that brought into for my birthday. I loved that. It made me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. But the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock. I mean, if you want to talk about the Kirby Joseph contract, feel free. If you want to talk about what you think the Lions should do right here. Right now, edge talent seems to be falling down the draft board. So, I mean, we're at pick 15 already, and we still have a lot of the best available edge players that are still left. From the defensive interior, you know, Walter Nolan from Mississippi is still on the board, and he's rated as the second best defensive interior. He was supposed to be in between the two that were taken. So there's still a lot, pretty good players that are left as far as interior. Well, a couple of good interior defensive linemen, but a lot of edge players. Let's see how far edge players are going to drop here. So far, the only edge player that's been taken, well, we've had two edge players. We had Abdul Carter And then Mikael Williams was selected. And that was it. That's the only edge. Thank you, John. Thank you, John, for that update. Pistons down 108-105. But it looks like the Knicks keep on piling it on. Looks like we're going to get a Pistons loss. But the pick is in. And for the 15th pick in the NFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Jalen Walker, linebacker, Georgia. They fill a need. They did need a linebacker. Yeah, I'm not giving up hope, John. I mean, but it's 50 some odd seconds left in that game. They got to make up some ground. They got to hit a three. They got to make some magic happen, get a steal, play that tough D. I don't know. They're not in foul mode yet. It's like it was crazy how that thing turned. Turns on a dime, like real quick. All of a sudden, it's boom, 7. They got it within 3, and then it was 7 quick. $59 seconds left in that game. You got the Arizona Cardinals, pick 16. Arizona on the clock. I mean, is this a spot? Where do you think the Lions would jump up here? Do you think the Lions would jump up here, or should they just stay patient? It's almost looking like they should just stay patient. I mean, if they're sitting on one of their guys, I mean, they dodged a bullet right there. I mean, the Cardinals, they don't have a listed. They got guards. They need to get some protection for Kyler Murray. That would serve them well. You know, they also need defensive interior, but their biggest needs are on offensive line. I would think that the Arizona Cardinals go with a interior offensive lineman right here, because they can still get a real good one. But maybe not. Center. You can go center. Do you go center? Do you? Best available players. Walter Nolan. For some reason, he's fallen down the draft board. You know, Mike Green still available. Mike Green. I mean, it depends on what you're looking at. Yeah. So I don't know. Do they go interior O-line? I don't know. That's kind of a reach there. It's just not all that great there. You know, maybe Gray Zabel right here, because he can kind of play everywhere. So I don't know. I don't know for Arizona. I really don't care for Arizona. I don't care. I don't care. Everybody's giving me the Pistons treatment. It's 114-110 with 23 seconds left. And I'm guessing since we got foul shots going on right now. So 115-110. So they're playing foul shot 3-point And maybe a miracle can happen. You know, you get them to miss one of them shots. Boom, hit a three-pointer, get it down by 2. Come on, let's go. No, it looks like they made both of the three-pointers. Or both of the foul shots. 116, 110. They got to get a quick three-pointer off to make it a game. It's not looking good. Like when you get into the foul shot type of thing. Anything's possible though. But you know, looks like they're missing Stewart. You know, sometimes you just need a guy that's going to crash the boards. You know, a guy that's going to play tough. I don't think that any team would score over 100 when the Pistons are on their game. They play with that grit, but that's all right. The series are long. They stole one. We stole one. Just got to make sure that you win game 4. 116, 113. Come on now. That's what you want to see. It's a beautiful thing. Trying to get it close. Seven seconds left. It's 116, 113. You know, you have a Hail Mary play. But breaking news, I'm trying to give you Pistons updates right here. The NFL draft is still going on. And the Arizona Cardinals at pick 16 have selected Walter Nolan, defensive interior out of Mississippi. Now, that's going to be looked at like excellent value right there. Yeah, 305-pound defensive tackle. Doesn't seem like he's all that special when I'm reading the stuff about him. I mean, I don't know why he must have played well. It says that Nolan isn't the most polished run defender, but he might be one of the most physically gifted. Okay, so we're talking about upside guy right here. And people didn't want to take the swing on it. I get that early. You know, he was rated as one of the better players. But it's cool. It's cool. So they got 6 seconds left. Pistons down by 3. You got the Cincinnati Bengals on the clock. Let me know how you feel about it. We got edge, talent, falling down the draft. Did Brad Holmes know this shit all along? Did Brad Holmes know about it? Did he know that they were going to fall down? It was going to fall like this? No, he didn't. But it seems to be falling our way. Because here's the Cincinnati Bengals right here. And if they don't get somebody for Joe Burrow to protect him, he's gonna like be the first NFL quarterback to like get, you know, I don't want to say that. Forget that thought. He be unalived on the field. You don't want to be unalived. Pistons down by 4 with only 3 seconds left. I mean, I have no idea how you could come back. Maybe if they get fouled while you hit a 3-pointer. That would be crazy. Oh, but they're playing the foul game. Really. Can they get him closed out right here? The guy hit 2 free throws. Bengals on the clock, pick 17. Who should the Bengals select? They need a linebacker. They need edge. They need defensive interior. There's nobody defensive interior that's worthy of taking at this point. I shouldn't say worthy, like I know. I'm just talking about where they're ranked here. Malachi Starks. There's a that's a sleeper Lion pick right there. Malachi Starks, safety out of Georgia. He's rated as the 8th overall prospect. And yeah, there's some, like, all of the players that are rated as the highest players are players that the Lions could use. They're at what point in the draft? Oh, man. They're the pick is in. The Cincinnati Bengals select Shamar Stewart, edge out of Texas A&M. So one of the edge goes off the board. Does Brad Holmes make a move up for an edge, or what do we do here? Would you be upset if Malachi Starks falls all the way to the Lions? If we got safety help in the first round, I personally would love that. If the Lions were able to snag a guy like Malachi Starks, that type of talent to fall all the way to 28, that would be crazy. Because you got the Seattle Seahawks on the clock. The Pistons are going to have 1 second to try and win this game. And it might not be win the game. It might be tie the game. But it's 1:18, 1:16, 1 second left. I don't know if there's another free throw involved. I'm not watching the game. I'm just watching the live updates of it. But right now, Seattle's on the clock, pick 18. 1 second left in the Pistons game. That's crazy. Never count those Pistons out, man. Even if they lose this game. You got that grit. 1.5 seconds left. And I don't know. If there's another free throw or whatever's going on. Series is tied 1-1. The Pistons are going to get the ball back regardless, because I know one of those was a free throw, I thought. Had to have been, because it went from 117 to 118. So even if they hit another free throw, the Pistons are going to have a chance to at least tie this game. You know, when those shooters get hot, man, What are you going to do? What a way to push yourself to get through the last, this whole thing. Like, who cares about this part of the draft, right? Everybody that is a Lion fan that's watching this right now is like, I don't care about this part of the draft unless the Lions trade up, but I want to see what's going to happen in this Pistons game. There's a clock dispute. 2 points down, Pistons ball. That's crazy. 2 points down. That's crazy. Let's see if there's some magic in that Cade Cunningham. Come on, Cade. I want to see you. I want to see you show up right here. That would be the shit. Could you imagine Little Caesars Arena? They hit a three-pointer to win this game. Like right here. Boom. Suck it. Like DX. Walk off the court like DX. I got 2 words for you. Come on. Seattle on the clock. Seattle also needs interior offensive linemen and edge. They'll probably go edge here. It makes sense that they should go edge. There's a lot of value of edge that has fallen. So I predict that Seattle goes edge here. Glued to the TV. Can the Pistons tie the game, or they could win it? They've been down this whole game. Be crazy if all of a sudden the last play of the game they win. Because I don't know if they've been winning any of this game. So watching that last play, Seattle's taking their sweet ass time, making their pick. But we got the Villain Report draft coverage right here with your boy Russell Wayne right here. And I'm at the 313 Villain on X. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. And the Villain Report Saturday morning has been moved to 12. Because obviously the draft is going to be there. I'm not going to do a show before my 5-hour show. So, Villain Report has moved to 12 p.m. for this Saturday. For all of those that care. Oh, the Pistons were not able. Oh, interesting. All right. Sorry about the Pistons. Pistons fall to the New York Knicks, 116-118, down 2-1. In that series right there, another game at Little Caesars Arena coming right up. And we have a pick, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we have a pick. I think I had somebody pop in. Yeah. But for the 18th pick of the NFL Draft 2025 style, the Seattle Seahawks select Gray Zabel, tackle out of North Dakota State.
You like that?
If you're a Lion fan, every pick that's not an edge, you're like, yeah. You got Kirk Cousins in the house.
You like that?
Every time they don't take an edge. I got to do this right here. And Johnny Gaz is backstage right now, and I don't know if he wants to pull himself up. He can give me a thumbs up if he's ready to come on. I don't know. Oh, he's ready to come on right here. I've been dying to have somebody to talk to, man. It gets lonely out here. But welcome to the program right here to the Villain Report, Johnny Gaz.
What's up, my guy? Sorry to leave you hanging for so long. It's been a long night, huh?
Well, actually, the thing kind of in a play thing going in between the picks hasn't been so bad.
Yeah.
Plus, I got some great people that have been jumping in and out of the chats right here, and we're having fun anyway, right there. So I was going to do this like little segment right here. Let me see. Let me get this thing ready. This will be funny. There you go. All right. So far, if you're a Lion fan, you're like, Cam Ward?
You like that?
Oh, that's not an edge. Travis Hunter?
You like that?
Oh, yeah. You're a Lion fan right now. Abdul Carter?
You've had enough of that.
Oh, come on, man. All right. Will Campbell
You like that?
goes to the Patriots. Mason Graham.
You like that?
Oh,
You've had enough of that shit.
no, we wanted Mason Graham right there. Ashton Genty.
You like
Yeah, going to the Raiders. And I don't even want to try that one. Can you give me that? How do you say that?
Armand Membu.
Armand Membu.
You like that?
Yeah, we're not looking for those. All right, there. How about that one, McMillan?
You like that?
That's all right. There's another tackle.
like that?
That's fine. That's right. Oh, a tight end.
You like that?
Take a tight end.
That
Michael.
hurt a little bit.
You've had enough of that shit.
Oh no! Don't take the edge right there.
That hurt a little bit, too.
Right there, Tyler Booker.
You've had enough of that
Oh,
shit.
don't take Kenneth Grant right there.
You like that?
Taking tight ends, you gotta like that.
You like that?
Oh, taking second round graded linebackers, you love that.
Like
You
that.
like that?
Walter Nolan, we never thought we had a chance at that anyway.
You like that?
Shamar Stewart, no.
You've had enough of that shit.
That's one of them that hurt
Two in
our
a
feelings a
row,
little
dude.
bit.
You've had enough of that shit.
And this one hurt our feelings a little bit. Okay. So that segment is now over. But that's been kind of
Recap.
like the life of a Lion fan up until now, right? Did that kind of sum it up?
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, it's there hasn't been a ton of surprises, I'd say, so far. It's unfortunate because we've now gone Shamar Stewart gone, Grace Abel gone. I liked Mikael Williams. I like Tyler Booker. So but it's to be expected. This is the draft, right? I mean, you're not going to players don't just land in your lap, and you got to figure out what's going to work for them. But now's about the time where maybe Brad starts to work some magic because some of his players are starting to come off the board. At least the players I thought he'd want came off the board.
I mean, there's a couple of the surprises that are like Malachi Starks is a sleeper pick right here. That if the BFF has him rated as the 8th overall prospect, and if that type of safety talent drops all the way to 28, if that's the pick, I'm not gonna. Jahad Campbell's still on the board. Here.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Mike Green is still on the board here.
James Pierce, the
James
problem
Pierce,
child,
Golden,
right?
Matthew Golden.
Donovan Iziraku. And, we didn't spend a ton of time on him, but now he's still on the board. I don't know. Starting to look good.
I mean, I like what's on the board right here. Those last two picks did kind of hurt. I felt like that was like, two guys that you had in the bag, and it was like pop, pop. You got hit with two.
That's okay, though.
But, I mean, they're letting the talent fall. Oh, man, there you go. There we go. Let me, we got a pick. The pick is in. For the 19th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver
Wow.
from Ohio State. There's the Lion fans.
You like that?
All Lion fans. A lot of the Michigan fan too. It's just like they don't want any Buckeyes on this team. So, every good Ohio State player that can get drafted to a different team, I think that Michigan fan is, doing a little touchdown dance inside. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. The Denver Broncos are now on the clock. Sorry to the Pistons.
They fought hard. They did. They fought hard. They turned the ball over a little too much. They don't have like a secondary sure scorer, and I just think it hurts them. But you know what? They played well. They battled. It was a fun watch. It'll be a good watch again on Sunday. Hopefully they can get another home game and come back again to LCA and get this thing done.
They did steal one there, and now they've stole one here. I have a feeling this game will be 2-2 because this loss ain't gonna sit well. This is a gritty team. They almost came back and won that game.
Yeah.
So that looked good. These guys are taking their sweet ass time. They're selling some Lexuses out there and whatever the hell, the commercials or whatever. The Denver Broncos are still on the clock.
That's funny. My feed. Are you watching live or what are you streaming?
I'm watching it via PFF because the people that want to watch this program are going to get it quicker than you want to watch it live. I'm going to give it to you faster.
I like that. All
right, yeah. And for, this is the number one show, football style, in Flint, Michigan, on Burton, on Swayze Avenue, next to the Burger King in that area.
Shout out Swayze. Give me a Whopper, baby.
So, yeah, I appreciate everybody that's watching right now. I know that you could be watching much better shows like Woodward or Crunch Time or one of these other guys, but you have chosen to watch this right here and right now. We're having fun. I'm here. I'm Russell Wayne at 313Villain on X. I'm with my boy Johnny Gaz. As a matter of fact, you need to get some credentials up there. Right there. Go subscribe to that Johnny Gaz Sports on YouTube. So happy to be part of that. I love the collaborations that we've been doing. It's been lots of fun.
It is fun. It is fun to bring different perspectives into it, and we have very like opinions on these Lions, and it's fun. It's fun to get together and do this, and I'm excited. I'm excited that for this new season, but I'm also excited for some new things that we got going together. So this is going to be good.
I'm excited that here we are at pick 20. It seems like we still got some nice players on the board. Seems like we're going to get a nice guy at 28. When you think there's 8 more picks that are going to go. I mean, I guess they could come off really, really fast, but they seem to be taking guys that at least PFF has rated as second-round players, like that Tyler Booker. I mean, we liked him at a possibility at 28, but, I mean, he got taken quick. I mean, I like Jahad Campbell still being on the board right now.
Me too. That one, I would love that. If they could find a way to get him somewhere and stay at 28 even, that would be great. When does Shedeur come off the board? He's just slipping and slipping and slipping. When is it? Maybe Pittsburgh in the next one? Pittsburgh's up next.
Well, I don't know. I think that there's a chance that, you got the Detroit Lion trade down crowd.
Yeah.
They're starting to do some touchdown dances right now. Because when we get to that area right around 28, I could see, Cleveland just trading into the first round just to take Shedeur Sanders at pick 28 so they could get the 5th-year option.
Yeah.
Broncos are still on the clock. Come on.
They're taking it all the way down.
Yeah, they must have a, like a bicycle courier that has to go from the entire mile high all the way down to the ground level to deliver the pick.
I'm going to guess they're going to take Will Johnson, the cornerback out of Michigan. That's my prediction.
Ooh, okay. You like that. Okay. PFF has them listed running backs, wide receiver, interior offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
Oh, you know what? No. You know what? They're going to steal Derek Harmon. I changed my mind. Derek Harmon.
Yeah, I'm thinking, maybe Luther Burden, wide receiver. I could see them because they need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I could see them freaking out because, some wide receivers have been taken and make sure they get a guy right here. Golden might be the pick here. Broncos could use a speedy wide receiver. That's my call. I don't know. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Let's see who we got in the comments. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys, about the... Johnny says, welcome, Johnny.
What up, John?
And he's happy that we can finally just concentrate on the draft from here on out.
Yeah.
And I'll have you know, if you're... Really, the draft is going well if you're, a Lion fan and guys that are being selected ahead of you that you may not have wanted to get anyway, not at that position. I know a lot of people had Booker sliding to them in the second round. It's pick 60 in their mock draft. So it's like when you see a guy go that high that you didn't have that much investment in, I'm not all that broken up. Even the Gray Zabel, that's high. But we'll have to see how that pans out. We got the Denver Broncos on the clock and the Pittsburgh Steelers on deck. 21 was one of those spots. If the Lions were going to trade to just try to get ahead of the division, one of these next two picks would be the spot to jump in.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the Packers coming up at 23, the Vikings at 24, and I every time I see mocks of them too, they end up stealing players that I like for the Lions. So that would really be a smart move if they feel like they got to go up and get somebody ahead of their rivals. I would like that.
All right, the pick is in. I'm way ahead of everybody. This is what I like about this. It's something that if you're watching this show, you're going to get these picks a little bit early. Jahadae Barron, cornerback out of Texas, goes to the Denver Broncos.
Wow. Okay.
It wasn't listed as one of their high needs right there, but you were just saying how they would take Will Johnson, right? Like they might take a cornerback.
Seems like they need a corner. That's a weird pick for me, but all right, that's fine.
And
You like that.
Lion fan every time.
You like that.
You know what?
That.
You know what Barron isn't? He's not an edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
So every time they don't pick an edge rusher,
You like that.
we get to hit that Kirk. I like that.
Kirk.
That's a victory. Victory. It would be funny. It's like all the best edge rushers that we want are all still available at 28, and he's like, golden wide receiver.
Oh man, yeah. What would be the shocker pick? What would just completely throw you off here today if they just went off kilter? What if they took Shedeur? What if he fell? If they took Shedeur Sanders at 28, that would be the one for me. That's it.
Oh my God!
They won't.
Don't do that because I don't even want to. I wouldn't even want to answer that question.
Be a bad night for Lions fans.
Yeah.
Stop playing with us.
Oh, sometimes the drops just have the perfect spot to put them in, and there it is.
You always have to fire.
So now we got the Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock with the Chargers on deck. And if you're in the Lions camp of trade up, you are going to want to do it here, because right after that, you got the Green Bay Packers, then the Minnesota Vikings, and they want to wreck your day. So Pittsburgh Steelers, their pick is in.
All right, what we got?
The 21st pick in the 2025 draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Derek Harmon, defensive interior.
You've had enough of that shit.
We wanted that one. That would have been a good one to slide all the way down, but that's pick 21. Here we are on 22. With the Chargers on the clock, what do you do? Jason MC just jumping in to say Skull. Hey.
Skull!
Yes, Jason. Hey, I love this, because here we got this nice little block of the NFC North is about ready to take center stage here. Who do you want, Jason? Who are you looking for? PFF says that the Minnesota Vikings should be looking for running back. Obviously, youth. Aaron Jones ain't gonna be there forever. Defensive interior, cornerback, safety. You probably want to get younger on safety. That's just kind of my 2 cents on that. And then you got the Green Bay Packers. I mean, would they dare pick a wide receiver in the first round, Johnny?
What I like, Minnesota, and especially even in the division overall, like you got to have guys that can cover, because the weapons offensively for the Lions, the Vikings, the Bears, I mean the Packers, it's a slew of wide receivers all over the place. So you have to have guys that can cover. So my guess is Minnesota wants to look at a corner. I think I said Will Johnson earlier. Maybe this is really where Will Johnson potentially comes off the board.
So here we are. Yeah, that's something else right there. Right here, as far as the top available players that are left. Now, these are PFF rankings right here. Malachi Starks is the number one player. He's been the number one player available for the last 10 picks. Mike Green. Then Jahad Campbell. Will Johnson. Luther Burden III, wide receiver out of Missouri. Donovan Ezekuru, however you say that. Boston College edge rusher. So that's somebody that we might target right there. James Pierce still available. Josh Simmons still available. Trey Amos still available. Nick Scorton.
I like that.
Yep. Omar Norman Lott. So
my boy Omar.
Still a lot of really good players left, and here we are, pick 22. So and we're about ready to get into the Green Bay Packers pick, the Minnesota Vikings pick, back to back. What if we get any fireworks right there? Wouldn't that be crazy if the Lions trade with Minnesota? Or
think they would do that? You think they would trade in the division? I mean, shoot, they'll do anything.
He already pulled the pants down a Quezzy one time. Might as well do it again.
True.
I mean, even though, you could think whatever you want about Jameson Williams. Jumping from 32 to 12 for essentially like a third round pick is insanity.
That was a steal.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
No, but it wasn't exactly that, but it was like they moved up and we swapped. We did something in the second round too, because we ended up picking it like 41. And then I know that we flat out gave them a third round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So Chargers still on the clock, taking their sweet ass time.
How about New York? How about their defensive line, the way that's shaping up right now? So they take Abdul Carter. The news is now that they're going to re-sign or extend Thibodeau. So that whole thing went away. I mean, they are just going to be a wrecking crew up front defensively. Now they got some major issues on the offensive side of the football, but man, that is a crazy. That was where Shedeur could have gone, but now you just have a crazy defensive lineup.
Yeah, but isn't that just kind of like if you put New York Giants into like a McDonald's like Big Mac box?
Nice.
It is good defensive line with average offense, and they've won their championships like that, just with stellar defensive line play and a quarterback that doesn't suck. That's a lot what people think about Jared Goff, and that I do believe that we can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff because he's a quarterback that doesn't suck.
It's my quarterback.
Oh, baby.
And the Chargers also have a quarterback that doesn't suck, and I think that they could go. I think they'll go wide receiver here. There's some pretty sweet wide receivers that are just chilling right there for him. Luther Burden III, looking nice for him. Matthew Golden sitting right there, ripe, ready to go.
Yep.
You could go there. Tight end, but no, as a need, they're probably not going to go there. Defensive interior has kind of been picked. I guess they could go edge too, but don't, because they just lost Joey Bosa. So
I like your idea for a wide receiver here. Maybe Jaden Higgins.
We're praying for it. We are.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Go wide receiver. Come on, Chargers.
Take a tight end.
We want you to go wide receiver because we don't want you to pick an edge player because we want to pick an edge player. Eric says, how would you think about the Lions selecting Will Johnson? I want good players, bro. Eric, that's my answer to that. I want good players on this team. And if Will Johnson's available there and we can load up on cornerbacks, I mean, it is what it is. That's a lot of talent right there with DJ Reed and Terrion Arnold and Will Johnson. But like you just said, right? We're in a division that's got a shitload of good wide receivers. So no, I wouldn't. I would like that move. I know that there's the edge crowd that's out there that would want Brad Holmes' head by picking a cornerback when we have like 19 of them right now.
Yeah.
But it's all good. But
it'd be a hard one to
thanks
swallow.
for the question. Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea though, because what we do know is Brad likes to take, sometimes best player available. And if he slips and that's the guy that they had the better grade on, I don't think they're going to shy away from the talented player, just like you said. And having too much talent in the cornerback room is not a problem. It'll be on a rookie deal, so it's not something you really got to worry about. You got to live with it, but you're right. It wouldn't be the fan move.
Oh, for sure. Jason MC is bringing up that the schedules are due on May the 14th. That's cool. Thank you for that information, brother. And Vikings are coming up here in a couple picks, and we're gonna talk about it for sure. And I'm not here to troll any of the picks here. All these kids are good players, especially at this point.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of who you like. A lot of people want to bag on the Bears for, they took the second best tight end. It's like there's not that big of a difference between those two guys. If you have a preference, you took the guy that you wanted. So they thought that Loveland was better. Whatever.
It was a fair argument. There was a good argument to be made
between
both of them.
Yeah, I have no problem with that pick. You know why?
You like that?
Because it's not an edge player.
I like insulating your quarterback always, and especially with Caleb's situation when you got a guy scrambling for his life half the time. Now you have hopefully a dump off and a safety net, so it's a good pick.
And I'm thinking right now, I'm putting voodoo right here on your pick. Do not pick edge. No edge. No edge for you, Chargers.
You need to get the
Stop
incense
playing
out.
with us.
Oh, come on, you guys. You don't have to use the entire 15 minutes. It can't be that damn hard.
They're showing Shadur Sanders in the back in this green room area. He's like hidden himself in this corner. He's like all shied away. Of course you are.
Yep. Like in Jerry Maguire, they're like his dad's like, "Hey, let's go walk the lobby."
Kush Lash. Oh, that's a great movie.
Oh gosh. Good to see everybody on there. I appreciate you guys watching our second-rate show, and we love doing this, but we just don't have the budget. You know, we're like the other shows. We just don't have the budget.
No, they're live. Come on now. We're doing good. We're having fun. We got the good information, and those guys are drinking. They're drunk, so forget about them.
That's right. Well, I'm smoking. You know, do you. Some people like to drink, some people like to smoke. I don't know what you're doing to relax on this wonderful Thursday evening where it's like having a game right in the middle of the off season, because this is a game. It's this is Brad Holmes out there. We just handed Brad Holmes the ball, and he's going to do his thing. And right now we got to watch some subpar teams do their thing first. Yeah. You know, like the Packers and the Vikings and what you know. let them get a guy real quick first. But so far it's been patience. Patience has been the virtue, because even if they do trade up at this point, we're not talking about significant future that we would have to trade up if he likes a guy. What do you think of what do you think out there? Do you think that Brad Holmes will trade up in this draft? Do you think that he will stay put in this draft? Or do you think that he will trade out of the first round, which means that I did a 4-hour show to talk about other people's teams?
What do you mean? I thought this was a Chargers show. That's the only reason that came out.
I think it is a Chargers show. They're allowing them like a half a freaking hour. I mean, what?
Gary, I love it, by the way. I have no shade. I'm just kidding. I love anybody talking Lions, and I also 20 minutes ago left my garage in a heap of plume. So we're good. We're all having a good time.
You know, I just pulled the reset button, you know, and I hit the refresh just to make sure. And these D-bags are still on the clock. Jason MC says Brad stays put. Finally, for the love of God. And you're going to love this one. The pick is in. The 22nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The San Diego Chargers take Omarion Hampton, halfback, North Carolina.
Okay.
You like that.
That's like Vic. That, you know, this is the game. We get a game like mid off season here, Johnny.
I love it. They needed a running back, but that's okay because we did. So you go ahead and take that running back.
The evil empire is on the clock right now. The Green Bay Packers.
I've had enough of that shit.
And yeah, here we are. Let me see if I got some good stuff. I gotta find some good
players.
Yeah. And you know, there's the Packer fans that are out there. I understand you guys have won some Lombardi trophies. And that's what I would like to, yeah. What have you done for me lately? Except for, you know, no more Aaron Rodgers. You got a good, not great quarterback now. So what do you do, Green Bay Packers?
I like, but I don't love their quarterback. You know what I mean?
I see what you did there. Oh, let's see who the Green Bay Packers.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter. All right, move on. Let the Vikings pick. At least Jason showed up to the show.
Jason.
Jason says the Packers need a wide receiver.
They lose one.
Why do I laugh at that? I'm not laughing at you, Jason. We're going to laugh together on this one. When you say that Packers need a wide receiver, they've needed a wide receiver in the first round for the last 15 freaking years. Aaron Rodgers has been dying for them to pick a wide receiver. It's even listed as the number one need for the Green Bay Packers is wide receivers. You know what they'll do? They'll select a cornerback. Who's the best cornerback? That's who the Green Bay Packers are going to. They're going to take a cornerback.
Go Will Johnson.
They're going to take Will Johnson.
Yep.
They're going to ruin all of our hopes and dreams by taking Will Johnson.
Don't ruin my dreams. Get out of my dreams.
To me, I'm going to hit the you like that button if they draft Will Johnson, because I wouldn't be upset with getting Will Johnson, but I'm definitely not going to get upset if somebody selects Will Johnson before our pick.
Right. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Because that just means that edge rushers and the players that we want that could be available. And that scenario that everybody was talking about, that James Pierce thing, is looking more and more like a reality. And I mean, I don't know, man. I'm going to be I know that Brad Holmes, because I just did the draft review, like went through all the players. I made content for every single, meaningful draft pick that we've had. And when I went back through it, it was amazing to me, because I don't know if there's another GM that has had the track record. And I don't, you think 2021, you got Penei Sewell, massive contract. Levi Onwuzurike, jury's out, but he still signed a second deal.
Yeah.
So you can't say he's a bust. Third round pick, Aleem McNeil signs a massive contract. Derek Barnes, massive contract. Him's not as massive, but you got 5 players that re-signed second contracts out of the first draft class alone. Then you give them to the second draft class, Jameson Williams, the Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch, Sam Laporta, Kirby Joseph. I don't know. I'm mixing my glasses together, but it's like you start going through. If you're a GM and you're pulling 3. If you're pulling 3 quality players, and I'm not even saying Pro Bowlers, but just 3 quality players out of every draft, you'll never have to worry about work. Like, that's batting well. Like, GMs don't hit on every pick. They just don't. Like, it's unrealistic for anyone to expect them to. But looking at it, Brad Holmes has been as close to, every player, it seems like, going into late rounds. Malcolm Rodriguez, he's going to be up for a contract next year. If we don't re-sign him, someone's going to re-sign Malcolm Rodriguez probably to an $8-10 million deal next year. And Brad Holmes getting these guys in the late rounds. 2023? Holy shit. I mean, we can't pay these guys. Not all of them. It's a good problem to have, but he'll draft another guy. Here it is. They'll draft another guy. That'll be fine.
Yeah, Brad Holmes' track record is just phenomenal. I mean, I was looking up the picks as you were speaking here, and I mean, there's a small handful of picks that you can even truly question: Broderick Martin, Hendon Hooker, Levi Onwuzurike, Jalen Jefferson. But I think the only reason some of those picks are questions is because they're third round picks, And that seems to be where they've taken the Flyers. But when your other side of this is all the players you just named, which is, an 85 to 90% hit rate, and not only hit rate, but Pro Bowlers, all pros, team builders, culture guys. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, this is an era that is second to none.
But this is something that I've always tried to caution Lion fan for, because I try to help. But it's like, stop giving up on these players so fast. Like, if you're the type of guy that's gonna say to try to judge last year's draft class already is nonsense to me. Like, I think it's 2 years minimum. Like, you got to go 2 years, and really, to be honest, it should be 3. Like, the third year, you really figure out what a player is going to be, because you've had 2 years of off-season conditioning and workout. You know where the locker is, you know where the cafeteria is, you know how to be a pro. So by the third year, you know what's going on. And Broderick Martin, what is he? Is this his third year or fourth year?
Third.
Just third. Yeah, kid's going into his third year, and guys like Broderick Martin and Giovanni Manu are guys that they told you when they drafted them, like, these are project players. And you know who else was a project player? It was Derek Barnes. And you know what? That worked out. So it's like, relax on the second year going after these guys, because there's a proven track record of Lee McNeil. Everybody said Lee McNeil was a bust after his first year. Same thing. Give him a couple years in a system. They're not drafting these guys because they're like super. They did it. Holy shit. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that part,
That's
but
still good though.
it still worked. What have you done for me lately? The Green Bay Packers select at 23 Matthew Golden, wide receiver, Texas.
Wow.
You like that?
Hey, speedy, beady. He's speedy, man.
So, the rumors of the Lions trying to get a Jameson Williams replacement gone right there, and this is definitely a sign that they don't believe in the. I would probably say more the health of Christian Watson, and Matthew Golden is a wide receiver that could create some problems in the NFC North. So I'm not going to crap on this pick at all. They hit their biggest need, which was wide receiver, and I made fun of them because they never picked a wide receiver in the first round. So I have to give them their kudos on this.
Yeah, they filled the need, and now the Lions got something else to worry about. I mean, that's a take the top off of your defense type of player, and now they got to figure something else out when they D up the Packers.
But in the game that we're playing here, we don't have to cover anybody yet. So in that game, we don't really need a wide receiver, despite what the rumors would say that Jameson Williams is available. So that doesn't look like that garnered too much anything.
No.
So that is a player that I don't think that I'm too, heartbroken that was selected in front of us, because it's not. What is it not?
It's not that edge, baby.
It's not an edge rusher. So that's victory for Lion in that way. So, but good job, Green Bay. I'm not going to poo-poo on that pick.
No poops.
Vikings are on the clock. And Jason MC sitting over there at his house, white knuckling.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, white knuckling, whatever it is. It's either that. I don't know what they call this stuff. If you got a drink, tell me what you're drinking. If you got a smoke, tell me what you're smoking. Put it in the comments. Let me know how you're relaxing on this draft. How are you coping with everything?
That copium.
Yep. I like a nice sativa that, it sets my mood.
Yeah.
In a good spot, and it gives energy too. So I got energy in this headspace. I feel like I'm thinking pretty clearly. And I've been waiting for this. We're going to get bombarded with some content right here on our pages here in the next couple days.
Oh, yeah.
Because we actually have real stuff to report about. We don't have to talk about rumors anymore. And let me address that. While we got the Vikings on the clock right here, is I don't make up the topics, okay? So the way I run my program, and I think Johnny Gaz can kind of fall into this pocket a little bit too, is we react to what happens. So when moves happen, or when stuff gets talked about, or when credible people say things in the media, we look at it as our job to go and react and comment and give opinions on those things. Good evening, Fred. It's great to see you.
Frederick, hello.
So please miss me with all, I'm just doing stuff for click. I'm not doing stuff for clickbaits. I don't do the clickbait stuff. I mean, if you think that Jameson Williams being traded is clickbait, I'm sorry, but a credible Sports Illustrated guy. Oh, there we go. I'm going to interrupt it. The pick is in. And in the 24th pick of the NFL Draft 2025 style, the Minnesota Vikings select Donovan Jackson, tackle, Ohio State.
You like that?
So this is a beautiful thing because we all get to celebrate together here. Jason MC, I want to congratulate you on a nice pick right there, Donovan Jackson. I will never in my life down anybody that is going to select offensive linemen, especially one that's protecting essentially a rookie quarterback in JJ McCarthy. So I like the pick for you. That is a victory for you. That is a good pick. I like that pick by Kwesi. But what is Donovan Jackson not? What is Donovan Jackson not?
That edge.
You like that?
There you go. So we can both be happy right there. That's a victory for both of us right there. And congratulations on your sobriety. I'm not trying to, I would never deter anybody in that. I have a vice. I call this a vice. This is something that I don't want to have forever. And so I appreciate you. I appreciate you for that. And congratulations with that. That takes dedication and that takes willpower.
I love the sober living. I also love people who need, because it's a teach their own. This is no criticism, but some people use that for anxiety relief and dietary reasons and gut health and other reasons. So it is what it is, man. To each their own. Just be happy. I live by the golden rule. If you treat me right, I treat you right. That's how it is.
Some people take their edge off by working out. And I have that I have started a good workout routine with my wife. And I got a good gym that we go to with my son, who is autistic, has a nice heated pool in it. It's got a lot of nice stuff over at the Ascension Health Club over there right next to the hospital. And nice. It's nice. That's a good habit that trying to get into. But I do like to relax. And I'll have a couple glasses of wine every now and again.
For the antioxidants.
But healthy living, that is something that I've been considering, and I'm not a slob living, but upping it, cooking, eating better foods. consuming better stuff. And we got the Texans that are on the clock right now. Pick 25. And we still have some very nice defensive players that are just sitting right there.
Way, man.
Oh, we have a trade. Dun, 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 dun. The New York Giants have traded for the 25th pick, and the New York Giants are now on the clock.
What are they going to do?
Ooh.
Shador? They're going to get Shador.
This could be a Shador right here. They need a quarterback. Who do they got? Is it like Jameis Winston and like
Russell Wilson?
They got Russell Wilson. That's right.
Hey,
dude,
country?
he's forgettable
That's
now.
right.
I'm sorry.
Giants country?
Cap off.
That's right.
Oh man. Oh, that would actually be good. You mean you want somebody that Russell Wilson could lose the quarterback job to? Shedeur Sanders is somebody that could sit behind and learn.
Yeah.
A lot from somebody.
I mean, Russell Wilson's a goofball, but he knows NFL football. He's a winner. He's won Super Bowls, a Super Bowl. But you know what I mean? He's a good guy. I think he'll do a good job to mentor Shedeur.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't share that opinion about Russell Wilson. I mean, he might be able to share some wisdom to him, but he'd come in.
I don't like Russell Wilson. Please don't misinterpret. I would never want him even as a backup quarterback on the line. I'm not there with him.
Oh, don't lie.
It's my quarterback.
No. Russell Wilson to me is a product of a really, really good system. And it was proven when Geno Smith was successful in that with the same weapons.
Yeah, but they didn't win a Super Bowl.
But what I'm saying is like Geno Smith isn't as good. So,
I'm with you.
It's a product of the system is where I was getting, even with both of those guys and whoever else they're going to put, into that situation, because, he goes somewhere else and he's not successful. I mean, you can almost see it in the way that he handles the interviews now. I mean, he used to be, say the right thing kind of guy, looking, strapping guy that says the right thing and does the right thing, Oh, God, you are going to love this. This is so beautiful. For the 25th pick in the 2025 draft, the New York Giants have selected Jackson Dart, quarterback.
No, well, I mean,
It's my quarterback.
And
You like that?
And
You like that?
And
You like that?
you know what he is not?
an edge.
He is not an edge. Oh, it's like these little victories. It's the things that get us through. Jackson Dart, that happened. That happened.
People were high on Dart. I don't know. I didn't think he'd have to go there, but that's okay. That's Giants.
Oh, it's fifth. It's the 5th year. This is why NFL teams are crazy. If you can get the 5th year, if you strike, magic in a bottle or lightning in a bottle, there it is. You got him, and you got him locked for 5 years on a 25 first round contract.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, Russ, you frozen, my man. Oh, now he's off. Oh, no.
gotta kick me off my own damn.
Oh, now you're back.
I'm back. I hope they're not messing with me down there. Man, they kicked me off my own damn show.
Don't worry, I'll keep it running on your behalf. Wait, what? Why did they switch us up?
Man, that's a shocker. That I would have to say that I'm a little surprised with that pick, Jackson Dart, right there. I think everybody thought it was going to be Shadur
Yeah,
Sanders.
I did.
That's crazy. 26. Let's go through this though. Oh man, this is nice. So, top available players still left, and we're Lion fan here, and we got what? 26, 26. They're kicking the time.
3 picks away, brother.
3 picks away. 3 picks away, and the best available players right now. We still got Malachi Starks. Remember, I brought him up a little bit earlier.
Yep.
He's been just kind of chilling, sliding down the board. Jihad Campbell, just kind of chilling, sliding down the board. Mike Green, just chilling, sliding down the board. Will Johnson, just chilling, sliding down. You know what? You know what's the good thing is? We'd be guaranteed one of those players at this point.
Yeah. I like Jihad. Let's hope he hangs in there for us.
Brad Holmes has been patient, and there is some players that are still available. Some really, really, really good defensive players that are still available. The pick is traded.
What?
The Atlanta Falcons are now on the clock. So the Falcons have traded, and they're not picking Shadur Sanders.
No, I don't think so.
It says here that their number one need is wide receiver. And Luther Burden, the second, is a wide receiver. I don't know if it's going to be a wide receiver.
Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State still there, 6'4", 214. I mean, that might, if and the wide receiver class is so
Center
bad.
edge. It might this could be Mike Green.
You think so?
They play. Mike Green is a little out of position, but we were talking about this on the show earlier, like position. What does he play? They use more of the blitzing linebacker type of thing, speedy guys, and they usually just send 3 dogs.
No.
Dogs. Their ends were like 300 pounds. I don't know if they play in a 3-4, but I would think that a Mike Green type of style would fit what the Falcons do. Is it Will Johnson? I mean, they need cornerback help too. They need linebacker.
These fan groups at the draft. Like, have you ever gone to the draft? Have you ever been to one?
I have never been to a draft.
Either have I. I didn't go when it was in Detroit last year. I kind of wish I did. But anyways, these like groupings of fans that they put together, do they go out and find these crazy people, or are they really people that have traveled, that have come in, that they've found and said, you know what, we're going to get all these people together and they're just crazy? Or do you think these are like hired actors? Because these people are so over the top.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I think that they traded for the pick. What are you going to use the whole 15 minutes, you douchebags?
Of course they are.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
I mean, to all my Christian brother and sisters that are out there right there, I have a potty mouth sometimes. But I'm just having fun.
It's okay. It's okay. We all forgive you.
Yeah, but there's some people that go to my church that I really, really do care and love. That I would be awful for them to see me at my worst. It'd be like like your mom, that kind of feeling where you're like, oh gosh, and you said, oh, don't you? Like I feel like that. You know what? That's good. a 50-year-old man to get checked like that.
That's
You know, that's good. That's okay.
Moral. That's good.
I'm trying. Oh, I love it. Oh God, this might hurt.
You've had enough of that shit.
Oh, the Atlanta Falcons for the 26th pick in the 2025 draft have selected James Pierce Jr.
Okay.
You've had enough of that shit.
Well, that hurts my feelings a little bit. If that was the dream pick, I hope that Brad Holmes isn't shuffling his pick around. I mean, there's a lot of people that didn't like the whole character thing, and it wasn't like what he did off the field or anything like that. It's like how he acted at practices and stuff. You know, everybody thought that he could be the pick for us because he is talented. There's a lot of talent there, but you know, can you trust him in big moments to keep us cool? You know, you need level-headed guys. So that's a chance. That's a chance that Atlanta Falcons are taking. I don't know what they gave up for it. Yeah, John said, ouch. Yeah, some people, that was the pick.
Yeah, you wonder if Atlanta their locker room can sustain that kind of guy, because that's always the question is like you have leadership and veteran people that can steer a guy in the right direction, even if you're not the best character guy in the world. So I don't know. I don't know Atlanta's situation well enough to know if that's going to be the right call for him, but they obviously felt the need to go and get that guy because they traded up to do that. So we'll see what happens. Now we got Baltimore ahead of us, and I'm curious what they're going to do because now we just got one pick, and then it's all Lions.
Mike Green, Jahad Campbell, Malachi Starks. That was that. Can you say the Boston College guy?
Donovan Iziraku.
That guy. Nick Scorton.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a boatload of good players right here. Oh, God, is this a trade back scenario for the Lions here? Because there's 12 players that, like, at this point, I didn't expect to be there. You know, what do you do? I mean, you could get one of those. You could trade back 5 spots and still get a badass.
Yeah.
They are right, because it does feel like that. It's like there's these high-end dudes that just kind of pop, 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 pop. They all came off the board real fast. I mean, there's only really 5 of them in this draft that were like the supermen. And then it's kind of like all these guys are like the same from 11 to 60 in talent, like all these guys are all just good. It doesn't surprise me that, where some people had these players ranked as far as position, that, one guy's, the third ranked guy that came off the board first, that type of thing. Talking about Kirby, yeah, we will have Kirby. Kirby signing the big deal, mega deal. I mean, it really just shows why they didn't go get crazy. Shows why they didn't get crazy on the draft. You want to be able to have enough money to pay the guys that you have. I didn't mean draft, I meant free agency. They didn't go crazy because they want to pay their own guys. And the price of these guys, it's looking less and less likely to be able to keep all of them. It's almost like a game of, the musical chairs. Like when the music stops, which guy not going to get paid? And if you know who that guy is, can you get value out of that guy because he's good too? Because I would hate to see whatever guy that doesn't get paid just leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're all good enough to, get another like a Malcolm Rodriguez. I would hate to just see him just leave, and just be gone, play somewhere else, price it's out. But it's like that could be a reality.
Falcons get the 2025 first round pick, which they just used, the 2025 third round pick. The Rams in return got a 2025 second round pick, the number 46, and a next year's first round pick in 2026.
Man,
a 2025 seventh round pick.
Wow. That's a lot, man. They are paying to come up.
They earned a first round pick next year by moving back 20 spots.
Yeah.
So
the cost of moving up is a steep one, because it was crazy when I looked at what Jacksonville got just to or what Cleveland got from Jacksonville to move up. What those four spots to draft Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy, like a second round, a first and a second round for next year. Like it was crazy. I gotta see if that was right. I know that I had that up. Why the hell did I have that up? I gotta look that up. Damn it.
While you do that, we got Baltimore with the needs in D tackle, cornerback, guard, an edge, and a wide receiver. So right now, if we're looking at best available defensive tackles, Darius Alexander out of Toledo still on the board, Shamar Turner, Texas A&M, TJ Sanders, South Carolina, and Tyleek Williams were the ones that we've talked about. That one out of Ohio State. Wide receiver, again, Jaden Higgins still on the board. Trey Harris out of Ole Miss and Luther Burden out of Missouri.
Let's see. So Cleveland sent pick number 2 as well as 104 in the 4th round, number 200 in the 6th round, and the Browns received number 5, number 36, number 126, and 2026's first round pick.
Jeez.
So these guys are I'm getting hurt. The Baltimore Ravens have made their selection, and your Detroit Lions are on the clock. The 27th pick in the NFL draft is safety Malachi Starks.
Wow. How about it?
So
You like that?
I'm still going to say you like that, because at this point, I liked the idea of value falling that far. And I'll tell you what, the Baltimore Ravens are going to get showered with praise, and they did it again. They just hang around. They're at the end of the draft, and they end up getting the best safety by a mile in this draft at pick 27. At pick 27. And there it is. Right there. Malachi Starks off the board. Then the Lions are on the board.
Here we go. Here it is.
Here it is. Mike Green still on the board.
They trade back. Do they trade back?
Jihad Campbell still on the board. Will Johnson still in play. I really believe you got your the edge from Boston College. Nick Scorton still on the clock. Josh Simmons, tackle from Ohio State, still on the clock, or still on the board. Yeah. So there you go. Lions on the clock right now, and I'm liking any of those picks right there. And maybe they surprise us. But will they tell us with this pick what style of defense we're going to play? Or is this going to be an offensive pick? Have we waited 3 hours and 9 minutes to get an offensive lineman, and that wouldn't be sexy, but we need it.
Offensive lineman. Yeah, that's okay.
I mean, you gotta find what the guy is that's going to be the next in line for Taylor Decker. Because when you're paying all these guys, you definitely need that $20 million in a year in 2 years from now. It's Shedeur Sanders to the Lions. There you go. Take it.
Yikes.
Take it. No. Say it isn't so. How dare you speak those words about Shedeur Sanders? Oh my gosh, that would be we would never hear the end of it. We would never hear the end of it. We need a defensive player that can play. Come on, Brad Holmes.
I'm nervous. I don't know why.
I'm nervous. I am. I got the butterflies.
They're gonna. I don't know.
Like I was at prom and I forgot the crochet.
Not good.
Did I do enough research?
Did I do enough mock drafts?
I
only did 4.
If I would have only done more mock drafts, I would be more prepared for this moment.
Could have made the difference.
The moment of the 28th pick overall. Oh, it's just too much. I think it's going to be a Jihad Campbell. For some reason, I just feel like we've been doing this Alabama thing, and that's list. You know what our number one need is listed on PFF is?
What?
Wide receiver.
What?
They gotta be crazy. And then it's guard, center, edge, linebacker. So I mean, they're all listed there. I don't know. Maybe they're not in any specific order. Maybe it's just all of them that are there. I don't know if it's on. But there isn't a wide receiver. I couldn't see that. If they took a wide receiver, we're going to have a pissed off fan base because out of the ones that are here right now. But there are some very good defensive players that are available right now. I'm nervous, like a schoolboy getting ready to walk up and knock on that door for prom. I'm gonna meet her. I'm gonna meet her. What's she gonna look like? Will her daddy like me?
Nope.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No. Most likely not. They say I don't have it listed on here yet. This is probably the time that my internet freezes, right?
Yeah, this is it. And the pick is.
Oh. No, it still says we're on the clock right here. It's like you know how they do it? They say the pick is in and then they talk for 15 minutes. You know how this works, John.
Extend TV time. Oh, yeah. It's all about TV time.
We're going to sell some Lexus.
Mm-hmm. We need to know more about Dove products.
That's right. This pick is brought to you by Fanatics.com.
Good segue.
There you go. This pick right there. You scan that code, you can save up to 25% off of your order. And no fucking way. Oh, everyone is going to be. I am not going to react well to this. Oh, God. I got to say this. The pick is in, and the Lions have selected halfback Tyleek Rainer. Oh, wow. I have no idea what we're doing here.
No.
I swear to God, that's what it is. Oh, here come the pitchforks are coming. Here come the pitchforks.
What?
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Please tell me you messed up.
No, they messed it up. It actually just changed right in front of my eyes. The pick is in. The Lions have selected defensive tackle Tyleik Williams out of Ohio State. I was about ready to shit bricks, dude. I swear to God, that's what it said. I swear to God, that's what it said. It changed right in front of my very eyes, dude. I
was just
swear.
gonna log off. I was like, I didn't research that guy. I know nothing about this person. Like, what is happening?
Oh. That was the craziest shit that I've ever seen.
You just blew my mind.
It blew my mind. So now that I can look at this and be okay, and I'm okay. I'm okay with this. All right, Tyleik Williams, 6'3", 327-pound defensive tackle. He's compact, powerful, interior defensive lineman who excels at holding the line of scrimmage. So, I mean, this is good.
It's a space heater. I think this is what that is. I mean, we talked about. I know very specifically. We've said they have to find something to play off of the current defensive tackles and the edge that is Aiden Hutchinson. So I'm not mad at the fact that they're going to take a guy that's going to just eat up double teams in space and run tackle. You know, I mean, it's a good pick. I'm not blown away by it. Jihad was on the board. I mean, that's the other thing we can now look at is like Mike Green was on the board, Izraku was on the board, but this doesn't mean it's over. So let's not panic, right? Because Brad still could cook and do some things here, but it's
all good though. I mean, what do we? I mean, this is defensive line. This is what we need help with. You know, we need help. I mean, people will argue that it is the pass rush too, but DJ Reader is, you know, he's not going to be here forever. This is the last year of his deal. You know, this is definitely a sign that, you know, the Broderick Martin experiment is definitely in jeopardy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there you go. I mean, you got a player, you got a dog. I mean, he played in the national championship game. So I'm not, I would like to have seen, let's see who we'd rather have had. You like the Campbell? You might have to wait on him. I think that he's fallen because of some type of injury.
Yeah. I'm not mad at this at all. I like it. It's they need a defensive line. That was their biggest need.
It might say something too that maybe I'm wrong on the schematic change. You know, maybe they ain't gonna go to like a 3-4 because, you know, you had Mike Green sitting there, and your Boston College guy, he's still sitting there. Nick Scorton was sitting there, so both types of defensive ends were still there. So if they valued this defensive tackle higher than all of those defensive ends, you know, that's the thing that I think gets lost in what people look at for their lists, right? You look at your list and, you know, you look at the Bears pick, right? Oh, you took the second, you could have got him. Like, no, they picked the guy that they wanted. You know, you had a choice. You could have had all of those guys that I just listed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could have had these guys. And, you know, on this big board, Williams was rated as the 41st overall pick via PFF. And I don't know what that means. But I'm not going to lose sleep over, you know, especially if that's what it is, over, you know, 13 spots. If you're into that kind of thing. Thing is they think that Tyleik Williams can help the team, and he's a bit that is a mountain of a man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, before you poo-poo on the pick, just wait until you see what he looks like out on the field next to other people. And he can play. He's a big reason that Ohio State won the national championship and ran the table in the tournament.
100 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks over the past 2 seasons. So, good tackle statistics. But again, you're right. It's a double team eater, and I like it. I like it. Big time school, a winner, and 6'3", 334. It's a big boy. To pair that up with DJ Reader, and you got a really formidable punch there up the middle. You don't forget about Levi Onwuzurike. I mean, you got guys. You definitely got guys.
So the pick is in for the Commanders. They take Josh Connerly Jr., tackle out of Oregon. So here's another guy right here that is, I guess overdrafted. All of us, the mock draft experts.
Right. He's not very high up on my list. What are they doing?
Connerly. I'm trying to even find him.
Would you have been completely dissatisfied if they went offensive lineman there instead of defensive lineman?
No, I'm not dissatisfied either way. I'm just like a prom. Dude, I'm so happy that it wasn't the halfback from Temple.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, I don't know that was I think it was a boo-boo on, whoever pops this thing into PFF that puts the thing in and just popped in the wrong guy for a second. That's fantastic. Dude, that was the most fantastic change of in history. It was so wonderful to know that we didn't select. Dude, if we would have selected a halfback, I wouldn't even know what to do. Like in the first round, I'll be at that,
I'm just trying to think back. Okay, John Herman goes, what? There were some question marks going on.
I'm so sorry for that, guys.
That's hilarious.
But I mean, that's the way that's what happens when you get it all together.
That's awesome.
Oh man. But Josh Connerly Jr. John the bad guy is one of the mad people right here. Brad Holmes with a middle finger to the Lions fans. I'm going to do what I want, spite the fans, and show I can win my way and not listen to the fans. Campbell was there for some good edge rushers, and he takes a D tackle. Okay. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm so happy it's not Hampton out of Temple. I'm still can't get over that. I mean,
it was so good. I panicked. I straight panicked. I was like, I don't know. I can't even sit here and defend that. Like, there is no way that I can spin this in any good way.
Hey, but you know what? As we try to make our way through the world of football content creating, it's nice to know that an organization like PFF makes a boo-boo every once in a while, and they put the wrong one up. Like it is what it is.
What was the name?
Okay.
What was the name again? Do you remember? Rayner? Jason Krupp goes, no soul on what am I missing? We announced the pick as a Temple halfback at pick 28. And we really thought that was it for a moment, and it was not on purpose. It was just a flub on PFF's part for a brief moment.
It was a meaningless moment in time, and it was beautiful because it changed right in front. And it's like, I would like to see him take. There was a couple of the edges that I liked right there, that I did, and I don't think it's as much as a middle finger to Lion fan. I mean, if you think about it, we have a lot of edge. I mean, maybe Zadarius Smith is the speed dial away. I mean, where is Zadarius Smith away from like everybody being okay? Like the sky isn't falling by taking a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
I
Remember,
mean,
they double dipped last year, so there could be a double dip too. In the next round at pick 60 could be an edge because there's a lot of good players left. Josiah Stewart, Braden Swinson, Savion Jones. I mean, we could keep going. Nick Scorton still's on the board, so there's a lot of players there.
there's a ton of edges there's a lot of good edges that are left, and that's probably exactly what they're thinking. I mean, Mike Green. Let me make sure that one of these guys isn't just getting taken right now. So there's 3 more picks left in the first round, and we got Mike Green, Izakaru, Nick Scorton, Landon Jackson, Braden Swinson, Princely, Umukurasilian. They got some Tulamadu from Ohio State, Jared Ivey, OJ Goodabo.
What's that one?
OJ from UCLA. I can't.
I couldn't do that one. That's a tough one. That's why I think it's funny.
Well, I'm looking at these guys. These are guys that are all rated in the top 100 players.
Yeah.
By BFF, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 players, edge players that are left that are rated as top 100 players. When they said that this is a deep draft, I think people are passing on the first round of draft is because it's like, I mean, there may be a run on it, but you know, if Brad Holmes has to trade up to secure one of these guys, I mean, the draft ain't over. Bad guy. The draft isn't over.
Right.
I mean, you know, like Kevin Costner does in draft day. He's just like, listen, just see what I do. Just see what I do. If you want to quit after I'm done doing what I do, then quit. But just just see what I do. Okay? It's like, it's the first round. They got one of the highest rated defensive tackles. And the thing is an Ohio State guy, so it's like I know that part of it rubs people the wrong way. But you know, he's a good player. It's a good player. Lions just drafted a good player on the interior. The Lions just drafted a player that when DJ Reader says bye-bye next year, when he's not part of our team anymore, because we're going to move on with our younger players, then this is going to be, Tyleik Williams is going to be the reason that they can do that. Because we'll have Aleem McNeil and Tyleik Williams. So we have the middle. I mean, that definitely tells me what did I want to know? What type of defense that we're going to be running? We're definitely going to be running with 2 defensive tackles when you invest a first round draft pick on a defensive tackle, and then you invest money into a defensive tackle. So you want this defensive tackle unit to be together for the next 4 years, right? The contract works that way now. You're set at defensive tackle.
Yeah, I like it, and you put it perfectly. I mean, this is the long-term plan, and you have to reinvest in your defensive line if you're gonna win Super Bowls. That's what they're doing here.
So the pick is in. Pick 30 in the 2025 NFL draft is Maxwell Hairston, cornerback from Kentucky. And right here's another head scratcher, right? To the PFF world, or to people that grade players that aren't GMs or whatever, you know. Here it is. Maxwell Hairston, He was I don't know where he was. Let me see where they had him on PFF. Do. 43rd overall prospect. 6'1", 186 pounds. And he was picked in front of other cornerbacks. So it's like, the thing is, like, are we really doubting GMs because of lists that were made by people that aren't GMs? Is that what we're doing?
I'm definitely not doubting Brad Holmes. I mean, it's clear that he identifies his players, and that's if he took Tyleik Williams there with other players on the board that we've all talked about over and over and over again, we all love. It's clear that they liked that player, and so I'm gonna feel very confident in that pick because they needed a space eater. You put him right next to Aiden Hutchinson. He eats up a double team, and Aiden's able to get free. So to me, it solves a lot of the questions that they had.
Yeah, it looks like that Philly and Kansas City just swapped picks. So,
Okay.
Kansas City is on the clock. No, wait. No, Philadelphia is on the clock. Okay.
Yep, that's interesting.
Who could Philadelphia be going after that they didn't want Kansas City to have? Jihad Campbell. There you go. The pick is in. Philadelphia Eagles swap picks with the Kansas City Chiefs and select Jihad Campbell.
So they said we needed to have him even one pick before.
That must be saying something.
Yeah.
I mean, let me know in the comments. Are you mad at the Brad Holmes pick? Or to me, I'm like you said, like let the whole thing unfold first, right? So it's like, let's see what the whole package is like. I mean, the pick is going to help the team and impact the team right away. I mean, do you know who's not going to be there for the first half of the season? Our starting defensive tackle. So I think this is more of a need than if you say that it's not a need, that we went out of need, that we needed an edge so much worse. I don't know if that's necessarily true. You may not like Josh Pascal. You may not like Ezekiel Turner, but these guys have experience and they can play on the other side. They can set an edge. And you got progressing players right there. You got guys that can play. Davenport, they can play. He's not injured right now. So it's like, that's not what you want. I want to see them draft an edge. I believe they will draft an edge in this draft, but I'm not going to get upset about them taking a defensive tackle, especially with Aleem McNeil down. We need somebody for the beginning of the season, and that definitely fills that void. And like I said, when DJ Reader goes bye-bye, then we have that guy. Davin Poop.
Listen to this. This is a post-draft analysis from ESPN, okay? This is from the Lions pick. It says, this is perhaps the first true surprise of round one as the Lions draft a player that was outside first-round boards from each of ESPN's drafts analysts. Williams is a true nose tackle who was ranked as number 49 overall prospect, but will give Detroit a big push in the run game and be a two-gap force that will keep guards from helping chip elite pass rusher Aiden Hutchinson. Interesting. I like it for exactly what they said there, but what keeps going through my head is like, who knows? Time will tell. Did they miss the opportunity to take a more impactful edge or linebacker? I don't know.
Well, could you get him at 60?
Maybe.
You could have gotten Tyleik Williams at 60?
Oh, I don't know.
because that's the real question. And this is where I challenge that thinking to anybody is like, if you covet a player, and the question you have to ask is, can I get this player with my next pick if there's no trade? And if you like that player, if Brad Holmes had him in whatever, he had him in a different bucket than ESPN. You know what? ESPN also graded Jahmyr Gibbs as a second round pick too.
True.
And they had a look on their face a lot like my face when I thought that the pick was some guy running back dude from Temple. That was the look on the faces when Jahmyr Gibbs was picked.
That's true. That's very true.
So I don't know what they see in this player over the other players, but they had a chance to pick the other players. And one thing I know for 100% fact, 100% fact, you can stamp it and seal it, is Brad Holmes did not make that pick to piss you off.
No.
I know that he didn't do that. Like, it wasn't like, I know all these guys want me to take an edge. Watch this. Tyreek Williams. Like, they picked Tyreek Williams because they think Tyreek Williams can help the team.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyreek Williams can help the team. Alim McNeil is not going to be ready till Thanksgiving. We got Levi and DJ Reader. DJ Reader didn't have his best season last year. You hope you can get better out of DJ Reader.
Right.
But either way, you needed to get Young at defensive tackle. Levi Onwuzurike is on a 1-year deal. And if he plays well, he's not going to be playing here next year. Because if he plays well, he's trying to play for that money. We aren't going to pay 2 defensive tackles. If you down Brad Holmes for the longevity part, then I get it. You can say that. I have no problem with you not liking the pick. Because he's thinking of long term. That's a perfect piece to fit into that spot long term, where that that void is going to get opened by DJ Reader and Levi Onwuzurike next year. You already know that's going to get opened up. Now, yeah, you can re-sign those players. I'm not saying you can't, but you still got Broderick Martin for 2 more years. And I guess he still just sucks, so there's no chance of him ever being good.
They got to have tackle. They had to have more defensive linemen. They were so hurt last year across the board, and what was so clear is the lack of pressure when they didn't have any talent. So that you got Nolan McNeil, DJ Reader has an injury history, and there's just things there that I think made it more comfortable for them to say, well, we'll take the best defensive lineman regardless of position that's available. And it seems like they went more scheme fit. I always feel very confident in Brad Holmes as far as them pinpointing the guy that's there for them at the time. So this was it for them, and I'm okay with it. I'm definitely okay with it.
Yeah. Is the defensive tackle much better than a wide receiver? Yeah. I don't know how good he is. I don't evaluate talent, but I just know that as far as position goes, and the funny thing, you brought that article up, right? That said what ESPN said. Mm-hmm. Now read that, but don't say, hey, it wasn't. Leave out the part that says that it wasn't on their top lists, but read what they say about the player. Because this is, to me, this tees it up. It sets it up great because
read what they say with. What did you say without the player?
No, just read what it said again. But they make it sound like it's negative, but it's actually why we drafted him. But go ahead.
says this is perhaps the first true surprise of round one as the Lions draft a player that was outside the first round boards from each of ESPN's draft analysts. Williams is a true nose tackle who is ranked as my number 49 overall prospect. He gives Detroit a big push in the run game and can be a two-gapping force.
So he plays the run, and he is going to draw double teams. He is going to take pressure off of Hutchinson. And it's funny. It's like they say, well, he was a test that he wasn't in the top of our lists. And I'll tell you why it's sketchy for me. And then they tell you in that little clip exactly why they drafted him. You know, you want to free up Hutchinson. You want a guy that's going to guaranteed take two guys on. And he wrecks shit. I watched him do it, Kansas City. Oh, well, wrong one. There we go.
I still love it when you hit
it. Kansas City has selected with the final pick of the first round, Josh Simmons, tackle from Ohio State. That's a good pick. That's a good pick for them right there, as that concludes the first round right there. So
I got food waiting for me, buddy. I got to log off. I appreciate you, though, brother.
Right on. I'm about ready to tell everybody bye and tell them to get ready for tomorrow. But thank you, Johnny Gaz in the house. I don't know. Are you planning on being on tomorrow?
I will catch you at some point tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure what time. I'll shoot you a message. I will be around though at some point.
All right. Hopefully around pick 50. That would be awesome.
All right. Try to make that happen, buddy.
I will talk to you later, brother.
Peace out, brother.
You like that?
That's right. That's right. So that concludes the first round right there. The Lions come away with Tyleik Williams as a obviously somebody that can fill in for Aleem McNeil. You got to have talent in there to get through the first part of the season right there. It's not the sexiest pick in the world, but, you know, let's see who they got left right here. And the thing is, guys, this is, they got some good players that are left that, you know, according to, you know, Mike Green still on the board. Will Johnson still on the board. Edge. Iri Zigiaku from Boston College still on the board. Trey Amos, cornerback. Nick Scorton. Here, I'll bring this up. Let you guys see this. This is, there's still a lot of good players left. It's like, there's a lot of good players left that we didn't really think, because some of the players that we thought were second round picks got picked in the first round. It wasn't just us. It happened in other spots too. Some of the players got picked right on time, but like Maxwell Harrison from the Buffalo Bills, you know, Josh Connerly Jr. out of Oregon. That's a reach. But I'm not going to call it a reach. You know, they valued that player. But there are some really, really good players left by the guide. But I appreciate you guys for jumping on here tonight. I'm Russell Wayne. I am the villain. And you can catch me tomorrow night for day 2 of this draft. Thank you to Joe Chapp and the Detroit Lions News Podcast for allowing me to broadcast there. Bill the Packer fan, Mike the Bear fan. Appreciate you for allowing me to be on the huddle. Thank you for subscribing and watching and being part of tonight's extravaganza, first round action. Faith, family, and then football. I'm not perfect, but I believe in my God first, and then I love my family, and then I love my football. In that order. We use football to create memories, spend time with our family. We don't let football use us. God bless you guys. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again tomorrow night. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you guys. Peace out.